I can't feel nothing at all.
Drug market, supermarket. Sometimes I wonder why I ever got in. Blood market, love market. Sometimes I wonder why they need me at all. Zydrate comes in a little glass vial.
A little glass vial?
And the little glass vial goes into the gun like a battery. And the Zydrate gun goes somewhere against your anatomy. And when the gun goes off, it sparks and you're ready for surgery. Surgery.
Grave robber, grave robber. Sometimes I wonder why I even bother. Grave robber, grave robber. Sometimes I wonder why I need you at all.
And Amber Sweet is addicted to the knife.
Addicted to the knife? Addicted to the knife.
And addicted to the knife, she needs a little help with the agony. And a little help comes in a little glass vial and a gun pressed against her anatomy. And when the gun goes off, Miss Sweet is ready for surgery. Surgery.
Grave robber, grave robber. Sometimes I wonder why I need you at all. It's what?
It takes you there.
It what?
It takes you there. Before the cut.
I can't do nothing.
'Cause surgery is what
I need
to change you inside. Mag's contract's got some mighty fine print.
Some mighty fine print?
And that mighty fine print puts Mag in a mighty fine predicament. If Mag up and splits, her eyes are forfeit. And if Gene Cohen Roddy so will it, then a repo man will come and she'll pay for that surgery. 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 It's a thankless job, but somebody's got to do it. Peeling off the tissue inch by inch, skinning off the muscles too. Harvesting the kidneys for the fall, saving up the livers in the fridge. No one ever thanks me when I'm done. How self-absorbed people can be. With a slice or a sniff, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. With a cut and a stitch, returning organs good as new. It's a
Oh, yeah. Now, if you guys have never heard those songs before, I think you're missing out on a fun movie, especially now that we're into the Halloween season. Nah, not gonna kid you. It's a musical, but not much of a musical. This is one of those movies that basically got made on a whim. The guys really, the whole thing was they were trying to do a stage show with it. And they came up with the idea of Repo the Genetic Opera. It's really weird because of the fact that Repo the Genetic Opera came out about 5 years before another movie called Repo Man came out. And it was the exact same thing, except for it wasn't a musical. Repo the Genetic Opera, what, came out like 2008, I think. And Repo Men, no, it only came out like 2 years later. It had Jude Law in it. It really wasn't that great of a movie, actually. Both movies are based on the fact the Repo Men are actually repossessors of organs. People sign contracts to pay for new organs or different types of upgrades in surgery. And if you welch on your payments, then the repo men come and they repossess the organs. Well, the big difference, besides the fact that Repo the Genetic Opera came out 2 years before Repo Men, it's a musical. And what I was referring to at the beginning is they kinda had a stage show with it. It kinda was about 30, 45 minutes long, but it wasn't long enough to make an actual movie or anything. But a producer saw it and said, hey, let's make this into a movie. So the two guys who actually made the movie were scrambling. And there's a lot of filler in Repo the Genetic Opera. There's some padding going on, especially with some of the songs. The songs really sound similar. And I think that was just because they were running out of time. But whereas Repo Men has been long forgotten, Repo the Genetic Opera, it's approaching close to cult status at this point. So, and it's got Paul Sorvino in it, and it's got Bill Moseley in it, and it's got Anthony Head. And it's got Sarah Brightman in it. And it's got Paris Hilton in it.
And it's got
yeah, I forget the guy's name, but yeah, Skinny Puppy.
Skinny Puppy.
Yeah, the lead singer for Skinny Puppy is actually in here too. Really eclectic kind of cast, and it just, one of those confluences where it comes together and just it makes a good popcorn movie, and it is pretty graphic too. So for those gore lovers out there, it's recommended. So we started off with Zydrate Anatomy and ran into Thankless Job. So if you guys have not heard of it, give it a look. Give it a listen. Let's see here. And it's funny too, because that's one of Cadunt's favorites as well. But it depends. Cadent's got some IRL going on right now, so we'll figure out whether or not she'll stop in and say hello to us. Deign to grace us with her presence, but until then, lads and lasses, we might as well say some good mornings. So, let me get a drink here. I don't know why, I got kind of a sore throat going on. It's not like I did anything. So, there we go. So, let's start this off, shall we? Good morning, one of our immortals, Ghost Dog 999. Good morning, Jeremy 06. Good morning, Buzz of the Hive. Good morning, Nurse Wifey. Good morning, Wikipedia Snippet. Good morning, Michael Hatfield. Good morning, another one of our immortals, Turish. Good morning, Full Metal Pickle. Oh, praise the Gherkin. Good morning, Zell. And that's it. I can flip screens. Holy shit. That's quick and easy. And relatively painless. I think this starts day number 3. Is it day number 3 of Evil Dead Ed's reign? I don't remember. I think it's day 3. We dress up our Streamlab boss battles. Currently, right now, Evil Dead Ed is the champion of the world. We'll say day 3. And of course, if he can make 9 days, if he can hold the belt for 9 show days, that means he gets to join that beautiful little graphic up in the top right corner. He gets to become one of the immortals. He joins the Hall of the Immortals. And of course, if he makes it 10 days, well, that's a horse of a different color. Because then he becomes the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Many have tried, but none yet have succeeded to that mythical 10th day. But it could happen. You never know. Oh, good God. It's not even... You fucking... Hey, fuck you fucking fucks. Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta flip out. And then back in. And then that should... Nah, God damn it. Okay, it's not lighting up, folks. I have no idea why it is not lighting up. Okay, let's try this. Let's go here. Okay. Oh, shit. Have I been mute this whole goddamn time? I think I've been mute this whole goddamn time. No, I haven't. I've been muted on the Discord, but you guys could still hear me. At least I hope so. You guys could hear me, right? I'm just going to sit here and wait the 20 seconds until somebody says yes or no. Because good God. Damn it. No, I think it goes straight in there. Yeah. I'm almost sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, you can hear me now, but could you guys hear me before when I was talking? Okay. But you guys could hear me before. Okay, I know you can hear me now, but could you hear me before? Because I had myself turned off in the Discord. But I'm pretty sure because it filters in directly. By the way, good morning, Eric Folmes. So yeah, I'm just going to go with the fact that I hadn't been mute for the past 5 minutes doing the lead and spiels. Okay. Thank you, Wiki. So yeah, and two things really quick. First, if people have been commenting on the posters that we've been running, and so I went ahead and I made the promo poster room on the Discord. So if you'd like to take a look at all the silly artwork that I've come up with to start the shows, it's all in there. You guys can take a look, including the posters. There's going to be a lot more coming. I've got like a poster for almost every freaking day. For of course the merry month of Halloween, because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Halloween. Even though I've been slowing down on the horror movies to watch. I haven't really seen anything that's kind of jumped out at me. So been kind of slow on the uptake on that. But okay, so that's a new room, and the newest room has been started by Watch, which he's calling the Midnight Watch, and he just keeps putting in stuff from Creeps McPasta. Yeah, you can find other people than just Creeps McPasta. I put in one from Mr. Creepypasta and one from Chilling Tales for Dark Nights. But yeah, this is a place where you, if you would like, can share your favorite creepypastas for the month. If there's a good one there, and I swear to fucking Christ, the first person who puts in Jeff the fucking Killer, I'm kicking him out of the fucking Discord. Because that is a crappy pasta. It is a piece of shit. Or if you put in Jill the Killer. Fuck those shitty pastas. They suck. They are horrible. If you guys want to listen to them on your own, you certainly can do that. But no shitting up the Midnight Watch room with them. Now, if you want to put in a really good one, Candle Cove is a pretty good one too. Matter of fact, I should probably put that one in there once we get offline. Candle Cove was my gateway drug into creepypastas. Russian Sleep Experiment. We should find a good one for that. No, Wiki. Jill the Killer and Jeff the Killer are crappy pastas. They suck balls. Now, if you want to talk about legitimate crappy pastas like Sonic 666 EXE, that's a great crappy pasta. I laughed all the way through it. There's nothing funny about Jeff the Killer or Jill the Killer. Matter of fact, there's no real Slender Man creepypasta either. If you guys know the story about that, that actually started as a like a photo contest on 4chan. And it was somebody who made up a picture of this tall, lanky, faceless dude. And I don't think Slenderman's not had a good creepypasta. I've not heard Jim the Killer, and Eric, I'll be honest with you, if it's anywhere in the Killer family line, I don't think I want to. I'm pretty sure I don't want to. But yeah, people say that Slender Man was the one who started it, and it's weird because Slender Man legitimately didn't have it wasn't based on a creepypasta. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Here's one of the original images that they came up with, which is really kind of creepy. And the reason why it's creepy is because it's not. No, oh, by the way, I no context tweeted that. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with no context tweeting, I know Grant Sanford isn't, so good morning. And good morning, Fembot. Down in the descriptor is a link to my Twitter, Dare Twatters. Now, I wouldn't say go try to find me on Twitter because I've been shadow banned, just like here in the friendly confines of YouTube. But if you want to, if you want to take a look at the pictures that we're putting up, right there's a direct link, so you can click and take a look at it. No, Fembot, I have to. I have to argue with you on this because Jeff the Killer was legitimately put out as a creepypasta. And it got shat on very, very quickly. The only people who gravitated towards it were like 12, 13-year-old teenagers. Which I know 12 is technically not a teenager, but you get where I'm going on that. But yeah, they're like, ooh, because it was all angsty and shit. I can't say as I have seen your new video format. But then again, I really didn't spend any time. I watched movies. I also finished up watching the last couple episodes of Preacher. And I gotta say, I liked it. I thought it finished well. I thought it finished strong. I thought it was pretty good. And I'm kind of sad that AMC only gave it, well, technically 3.5 seasons. What? Wait. Ghost Dog, what'd you put in there? No. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. But there are some really good ones. The two that I put in there, one of them's kind of a marathon. By a pal. C.K. Walker's Borowska. And somebody that I actually interviewed on the Doctor on Call show, Matt Demersky, who did Psychosis. And now he's writing video games in New Zealand. We talked about that. And I don't remember what gaming company that he's working for currently. All I know is that that's what's going on right now. That's what he's doing. He's working that. And hey, anything you can get as far as decent long-term writing gigs go, you can't look that gift horse in the mouth. Plus he likes video games anyway, so it's a nice match. I'm trying to see because there was a couple of them. I think this is the other one because there was like 2 or 3 images of the original Slender Man, because it just basically started off as a meme, just a visual thing. But there you go. There's another one there. If you like to take a look at it. Okay, I will. I'll take a look at it. But yeah, I like Preacher. I thought it did an excellent job. And it basically took care of all the characters. Let's see. Oh, and I also watched The Brothers Grimsby, which I didn't even know it existed, but it's a Sacha Baron Cohen movie about two brothers who were separated at birth, or who were separated in their formative years, like when they were like 5 or 6 years old. One of them grew up to become a secret agent for MI6, and the other one just basically ended up to be a British white trash lover of soccer. Yeah, I didn't say football. I said soccer because this is America, and it's what can I say about this? It's very lowbrow. Yeah. So yeah, the guy who played Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen. It's very lowbrow, and it also the other brother who becomes the secret agent is Mark Strong, and I like Mark Strong. I think he's a good actor. Here, I'll show you a picture. Wow. I don't think anybody really. I don't know. I think this one came and went very, very quickly. But it's a good popcorn movie. You don't need much of a brain to watch it. There are what can I say? It's a it doesn't shoot for that highbrow humor. And that's okay. I'm good with that. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm getting distracted a little bit. I think it's I'm looking over to see if anybody's joining in through the waiting room. Yes. You are correct, Turish. That's what he was on, Path of Exile. But that's a neat interview as far as getting to know the process. By the way, good morning, Green Thunder to Mighty. Let's see. Let me go ahead. Good morning, Alistair. Mycroft. There's a wrench. Actually, this is my fall setup. Once we get back into winter, there's going to be some I have no idea what that means, Green Thunder. So, Chris, did you come to bail me out?
Sure. I just saw that you were here. Are you on?
Yeah.
Are you online?
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta turn this down a little bit because Nurse Wifey is in the room and she hates it when I put the cans on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, cans are good. I mean, I'm running decent mic, so I keep all the tolerances up, so I don't have to worry about screwing around with my audio too much when I don't have it on. So what's a good word tonight, man?
Oh, not much. It's getting chillier outside, and I'm starting to love it because
hard.
I tell you, okay, everybody. There's a lot of people who are like, I like summer, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not a summer liker because of the fact that if it gets exceedingly hot, the only thing you can do is, strip down to your shorts, right?
Right, you can always take off. I mean, you can always put on more clothes for the cold, but there's only so much you can take off without winding up in jail for indecent exposure.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, in fall and winter, you don't need air conditioning.
No, you really don't. Winter, it's pure. Winter, it's pure gas, and then summer, just keep the windows open. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm a complete and total fan of the fall because when I was a young fat child, I always used to sport around a jacket because it was kind of like the Doctor Who theory. You always have your pockets filled with different shit.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Shorts Guy?
Short Sky?
There's always a Shorts Guy. There's always a Shorts Guy. Even in the middle of winter, man. There's always a Shorts Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Guy who refuses to wear anything but shorts except throughout the entire fucking year. And that's my buddy. That's one of my buddies. And it got so cold last year. It got down to a wind chill factor of about -50 last year. I don't know if you were there or if you remember that or if that hit us up north, but oh my God, it was ridiculous. We had at least one tree explode from how damn cold it was. They just split. They just sound like they crack. It's ridiculous.
Well, no, there was one time when I was still living with my mom, way, way, way back, many, many, many years ago, and we had an ice storm come through, and there was a weeping willow in our backyard. And that thing got froze over, and one night I'm like, okay, I'm off. I'm going to bed. So I go into the bedroom, I lay down, and just hear a crunch.
Oh, jeez.
We go out because it shook the whole fucking house. So it's like, what the fuck? And I went into the backyard, and the weeping willow had cracked in half.
Oh, gee, yeah, it'll do that.
And it fell on the house.
How many years ago was this ice storm? Because I remember having an ice storm back in 2004 or 2003, and I remember a pine tree very nearly falling on top of me in my backyard when I lived with my parents.
Oh God, this was like mid-90s, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, for me, 2003, whatever. I'm a youngling. I'm like 30, so that wasn't too long ago for me, but. Yeah, that was ridiculous. I remember talking to my aunt and then walking out the door, bundled up, ready to go to the backyard and take a walk and take a look at this ice storm. I go into my backyard, which was fairly wooded at the time, and all I remember is if I had been outside 30 seconds sooner, I would have been crushed by this damn tree.
That's not a good thing. I mean,
yeah,
I've heard
it came over right in front of me.
I've heard trees creak and pop, but never seen anything explode. Like you could tell that the ice was like too much on it.
Oh yeah,
and it snapped branches and shit. By the way, good morning to Malachite and good morning Brando Blickert.
Good morning.
But yeah, I don't know. I used to like winter more because at least I was pretty active as a younger child. I didn't start getting fat until like the third grade or so.
Yeah,
and then I went all jockey in my junior high school years, and I weighed a consistent 200 pounds.
Yeah, I didn't get to my jockey phase until after I was out of high school, man. When I was in high school, dude, I was like 350 pounds. I was a fat fuck. And I remember when I got my first job, I dropped like 80 fucking pounds, dude. It was ridiculous.
Well, I was still only 5'10" and like 200 pounds. Now I'm down to like 175. But I did, I did tip the scales at like 327. At least that was the one time that I got weighed by a doctor.
Yeah.
Because you never trust home scales.
Yeah, I'm down to like 275 now and dropping. I was even about I was about at even 300 for a minute there, and I've been just not eating lately. I'm actually off of work today because I can't eat and I just can't keep food down. So
Well,
you know how it is.
Eating's a good thing though.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but when you put the food in front of you and you can't even look at it, there's a fucking problem.
Hey, I had
Chris,
I had a
you're
whole
beautiful just
thing.
the way you are.
I had a whole thing of I got Wendy's. The kid gave me a sixer of Wendy's nuggets, so that was my meal for the day. And then wifey made burgers before we went on air. By the way, good morning, Vash.
Oh, morning! Good to see you pop in there. There you go.
But yeah, I find myself not eating very, very much.
Yeah.
That's just a normal thing because I kind of had to train myself for a while to, slow down because, I was spoiled on that 3 meals a day kind of deal.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
I was working at that time. So, yeah, got to have something in the morning. And then, most of the time when it would be like lunchtime, I would just see how many cigarettes I could smoke at the time.
That's where I'm at right now, my dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then, when I get off work, when I get my breath, and then make something to eat, something snacky like a fucking Hot Pocket or, a bowl of soup, something that, 5-minute meal.
Yeah, something to keep your body going for the day.
Yeah, it's funny. The only time that I ever really used to cook when I was single was I would get drunk and I'd invite people over. Then I'd just start grilling out.
That's my Fridays, dude. That's what my Fridays are. Like I plan on making chili this Friday for whoever wants to come out. And I know I have to take my buddy's car to his mechanic, so that's going to be a whole ass thing. Probably have a nice little violent smoke down. Why not?
Yeah. My Irish twin sister's husband, who I've referenced him as the cowboy lawyer gourmet, and he got bored one year because he's like, yeah, I'll do the turkey for Thanksgiving. He got bored and decided to go buy a smoker.
Man, you know what? My house came with a smoker. The previous owners didn't move their smoker out. So throughout the summer, I'd been smoking ribs and grilling steaks and doing some flat iron stuff. And I think I might take the grill out one last time for, maybe like a Halloween thing. But, it's going to be a whole ass thing because I'd have to smoke the ribs and get the recipes ready and, prepare everything. And
well, he had
not a big problem.
He had 3 things going at once for the last Thanksgiving. He had a turkey in the oven. He had a turkey in the smoker, and then he did a deep fried turkey. So,
I'm terrified of deep frying turkeys after seeing how people fuck it up. The thing is though, like as long as it's fully thawed, you're not going to have any trouble. But people put that shit in when it's frozen.
Yeah, and they explode.
And it just turns into a fucking fireball, and it's like terrifying.
Yeah, they fucking explode, man.
Yeah.
But I will say, out of those 3, I would have to rank it. I love the deep fried turkey because I hate turkey, but I love the deep fried turkey first, and then the smoked, and then the oven baked. Because he does that shit with like the rosemary and the cilantro in the baked one. And I'm like, yeah, not so much.
I went to the Ren Fest recently, and I had myself a fucking beautiful big ass turkey leg. I was with my buddy, who I'm actually taking out to the fucking mechanic. I had a whole ass time out there. I haven't been to the Ren Fest in fucking years. So I decided, because I've always wanted to get a picture of me and him. I've always wanted to get a picture of me in my armor and him in his armor. So we decided to fucking get dolled up and take a picture there.
I only ever went. Okay, I worked 1 year at a Ren Fest.
Yeah.
And then the other year, that's not medieval, Merc.
No, it isn't. No.
Yeah, that picture's not medieval at all.
Future, Doc.
The future.
A Michigan Yankee in King Arthur's Court.
Yeah, shit. Why not? Nah, man. He's got the full ass kit and everything. Like he's got a Knight's Hospitaller like full on kit. He's got the whole damn thing. It's just. I
have a couple of swords, which when and I got a couple of costumes too. So when the GOG actually gets up and running, I'm gonna take the trip down to where he'd be living.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, I haven't talked to him in a while. I hope he's doing well, because I haven't been watching like any fucking YouTube lately, like other than like. Yeah, he's been build tutorials and shit. I haven't been watching anything in the political sphere. I just can't fucking deal with it anymore.
Well, he's been busy getting side quest up and running, because it's more than a couple of days a week now.
Good, it's back up and running.
Oh yeah. He's got over a dozen shows under his belt now, but then again, he's doing 3 or 4 a week.
Jesus, man, he's putting it out then.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. He's working hard then. Shit, YouTube shit ain't easy. You got to stay ahead of the fucking curve just to make ends meet in this fucking business. That's why I don't do it, dude. Honest work is YouTube is and can be honest work, but there's a lot of.
You want to talk about honest work? Fucking Outlaw sent me a bunch of videos on the job site that he's on, because he's for those who don't know, Gulf City Outlaw is a driller.
Is a what? You cut out.
He's a driller.
Oh, okay.
And he's been.
So he works on the rigs.
No, not an oil driller. An actual. I drill into the earth.
Oh, okay. So he does like core samples and well mining and things like that.
No, what he does is he will drill into because where he's at in Australia, it's mostly sandstone.
Oh yeah. So is he like from? Is he from whereabouts? Like New South Wales?
Around Sydney is where the job is currently.
All right.
I'm not giving away too much.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm just curious because I got a few buddies over there.
But he basically drills so they can set the pilings. Because if you're on sandstone, which is what like 90% of Sydney is.
Yeah.
Basically they have to drill them for the pylons to go down into the ground. I think he said like 10 meters, something like that. And what they do is he puts the holes in, they fill the holes with these pylons so they can have a capstone, or I guess you'd call it a capping beam.
Right.
To span across them.
So this is like structural work then.
Oh yeah. And he was sending me pictures yesterday and today drilling in, because he ran into some ironstone.
Ooh.
And yeah, what's the easiest way? They call it red sandstone, but basically the reason why the sand goes red is because it's got iron filtering in it.
Kind of like where I was stationed, Redstone Arsenal. Fucking yeah, all the dirt's down there is red because of all the fucking iron.
Yeah, and let's see if I can pull a piece of. Yeah,
I miss playing with explosives. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful, man. That's ironstone rough, but it looks like it's been opalized.
You know what I actually miss? I actually miss fucking doing my pyrotechnics job. I haven't done that in a few years, but I already missed September's Boomfest up in northern Michigan. I used to work with Michigan Family Fireworks, which is a family-owned business. It's a joint venture between family members and friends and whatnot. And I would help set up the guns, and there was a fair amount of engineering shit involved with that. It was good though.
Oh hell with it! Drink a beer, point and shoot.
Pretty much, dude. After the fucking show, the show is out in an open field behind a bar, and the entire town watches. It's like in the town square, but afterwards we get free drinks and shit. And that's pretty cool.
And I'll no context tweet a picture of iron sandstone. It's pretty cool. If it's in the earth long enough, it does get quite a bit hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to him because he was like showing me around and showing these big, huge, long stretches of rebar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I have helped to lay a foundation where we set the rebar in, then we pour the concrete on it. But
right.
Good God, I wouldn't want that. Well, I might want that job where you're just drilling and shit. But setting a foundation is fucking pain in the ass. But
I've been actually looking at different kind of fucking careers and jobs. I mean, I'm 31 working at a fucking grocery store, and that's a bit. I mean, it pays the bills, But I think at my age, I think I'd like to be working somewhere else other than fucking retail. Like I'm looking at friends of mine who work at like tool and fastener, tool and die shops and shit like that, and it's really weird because they're not even hiring in anywhere close, and especially with the level of benefits that I've got working at a grocery store. That's the fucking hard part about it, I'm looking for something that I can work with my hands and have something fulfilling, and it's just I ain't doing it at Kroger. Hate to say it, I mean, I'm fucking making bank. It's just I think it's about time I moved on to something a bit more, I don't know, worthy of my skills, talents.
Well, I will say, when I left telemarketing, my buddy, this is a dozen years ago. I was just like, I'm done with this job. I walk away, and he's like, well, I got construction crews that basically what we were doing was renovating houses.
Yeah.
So I get to go in and just basically tear shit up, and then janitor it, clean it up, and then we'd get it set. And we made some very pretty houses, because like we went back in and we reclaimed the floors. We sanded all the fuckers down, re-stained them and varnished them, and that's where I got to learn a little bit of my electrician skills, because we were like wiring new switch plates in instead of having toggle plates, and of course we were installing like dimmers and all that shit, kind of update it.
Yeah, the good shit.
Yeah, and so yeah, I learned some skills there, and I was physically miserable, but I was always happy at the end of the night
Yeah, because you had something to fucking show for it.
yeah, because I was tired because I had worked. And I was getting a paycheck for working instead of going to a telemarketing place and just enduring 8 days, that kind of shit.
Yeah. I mean, I worked the hell out of myself, don't get me wrong. Like, I just beat the shit out of myself with my work, but it's just, you're not building anything, You're just putting stuff on the shelf for customers to pick up.
Well, it makes you feel like you're bailing water out of a leaky boat because
Boy,
you come back.
Especially since I work the water aisle.
Well, I guess that worked on a couple of levels there. But yeah, I mean, because it's the one thing, you come back into work and it's like, shit, okay, it's empty, got to fill it back up. Come in the next day, shit, it's empty, got to fill it back up.
Maintenance, man. It's fucking constant maintenance. It's a pain in the ass. I do enough maintenance around the house. I got to fucking do my laundry and do my dishes and fucking, I do enough of that maintenance stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, stuff like that.
Build something.
Stuff like that, it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere. Whereas, we'll go in and it'll take 4 months to basically gut a house and then put everything back.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then
like flipping?
No. We actually, my buddy with his mom bought a shit ton of properties in a new burgeoning district. Because there's a ton of gay people moving in, and and by the way, this is not in any way a slam, because when the gay people came into that neighborhood, they took it back. They started,
their property values probably went through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I live near I live near a development when I was growing up. It used to be all cornfields. Now it's called the $1 Billion Mile. They moved in a whole bunch of fucking high-end construction, McMansion bullshits, and all the fucking Detroit Lions and Detroit Pistons decided to move in right there. And it's like, Jesus Christ, our property values went into the shitter, man. We would have had a $500,000 house. Now we're sitting on like 300,000. It's like,
yeah,
fuck me.
Yeah, they reclaimed this one district, and all of a sudden, the historical society pops up, and it's like, oh, hands out. Okay, we understand. But he bought like 6 houses in that district before it became popular.
Yeah, flipped houses.
And he had to put up with some shitheads. Starting off, because it was kind of an indigent place, where people might pay for the first couple of months, and then you had to call the sheriffs on them to get them the fuck out.
Yeah, I know. I've dealt with people like that back when I used to live in the apartments.
So so they got in just in time. And we every so often would have to stop work on a remodel to go over and service one of the homes, or have to go in and clean it up for the next.
They had to pull out the dryer because somebody forgot to fucking change the lint trap and it caught on fire or some shit.
Well, it's like we went down and there was a leak, and there was a leak in the basement, and we didn't know it until one of the tenants, because it was a duplex, one of the tenants just up and moved and got the fuck up out of there.
Yeah.
And we went down there, and like everything had like mold on it.
Oh, Christ.
And I'm highly allergic to mold. So I'm down there in a mask. Actually not in a mask, but in a respirator. And my job was to go around and clean all the mold off, spray all the mold down, paint everything with kills. And then once that was done, start sealing up all the windows. Start foaming the windows, so water never got back in.
That is exactly what I did as soon as I fucking moved in. Is I had it fully inspected, and then I went beyond. I went beyond the inspection, and I started pulling fucking panels off of the walls and checking for mold spots where it would and should be, and I found some, and I'm just like, yep, we're hitting this with kills, and we're putting these boards right back up, and we're putting a brand new fucking layer of paneling up. It's one hell of a project. I'm still not finished with it. It was when I first moved in, that was one of the first things I did. I mean, right now we're at the point where it's just kills and the boards are back up, but I got to put the brand new thing of paneling up, and I've just been neglecting that since I fucking moved in. I got all the paneling, I got all the trim, I got all the molding, I got everything just sitting in my fucking garage. It's been sitting there. Now I've actually got fucking time to do it, and it's I find myself in this hole, so I've been playing a shit ton of Ark. So that's what I've been spending my time doing. Just waiting until
Who summoned me?
Wait, wouldn't you rather be masturbating?
I just got done, so we're good.
No,
Me
I'm talking about gaming.
Yep, I just finished.
Oh, okay. Good
So
morning, gaming.
we were at a wavelength. I was thinking of my beautiful Hispanic silver fox over here, and I just couldn't help
That's a
myself.
first. Nobody has ever called me a silver fox before. Besides, like, my hair is like jet black, so.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, behind the scenes, I call you a few things, but you know.
I love them are sexual harassment.
Me too.
One day, I'll meet to you one day, but not right now. It's too early.
I'll meet to you right now.
Doc,
Remember that one time when you slipped that finger up in there?
Doc, Doc.
Run!
Now, we've talked about this. I don't want to have the good touch, bad touch seminar again.
It's always a good touch when it's gaming and yelling.
No, it's not. No.
Yes, it is.
Oh me, oh my! But yeah, I think for me that was. I mean, I've spent most of my life with an on my ass job. And I would just as soon rather. I mean, if I was able to go back out and do any job, I would probably go back to to my buddy's construction company, and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if I could go back and actually make money doing it. I used to work as a grip, a theater technician, and I had a lot of fun doing the job. I really did. Spotlight operator, fucking, doing the pulling for curtains and shit like that. I used to work in a multi-million-dollar theater.
So many jokes.
It was a decent...
It's making it so easy.
Well, fuck. Gaming, I used to be a choir boy. A lot of people don't know that shit about me.
God, keep it a secret, please.
No, I was... I sang choir, chorale, opera, shit like that, fucking... I did all this stuff.
That's where Queen got his start. Freddie Mercury.
Is that my sexy Vash?
What up?
Vash is here. Yes, he is.
Ah, I recognize his voice. Yay!
By the way, yes, Wiki. I used to love Office Space. As a matter of fact, when I was doing training and mentoring at a certain Fortune 250 company, I would ask the people first and foremost if they'd ever seen the movie Office Space. If not, that was their assignment.
Yes, that to be honest with you, man, that should be like required viewing, much like how there's required reading in high schools and shit like that. There should be a required movie to watch when you become an adult, and Office Space is fucking it, dude.
Well, I'll tell you.
Did you ever steal one person's stapler?
Actually, I bedazzled my fucking stapler so nobody would steal it. Because you could find it anywhere on the floor. If somebody walked off with it, you could find it really easy unless they hid it in their desk.
My father worked as an automotive engineer and still does, automotive design engineer at a cubicle farm for General Motors. And he's been a draftsman for so damn long, and they finally got everything up to they're still probably running on like 2007 software. I mean, you know how far behind these major corporations are.
Oh yeah.
But he up until like the 90s, he was still using drafting paper and everything. Like he was still designing everything by hand, and they'd send it off to clay modeling and whatnot. But he had his initials all over fucking everything, including his swing line stapler.
Oh yeah, actually, it was Best Buy. They had the Office Space. Wait, let's see if I can find a picture of it. It had the
red swing line stapler.
It was a special edition. That came out. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, okay, here it is. It was called the Special Edition with Flair.
Oh, Jesus God.
And it came with, I'm trying to remember, but it came with a swing line stapler, a red one. It also came with random Office Space buttons.
Jesus. It's like I got this one coworker, right? I work the night shift, so I don't fucking wear a uniform or anything like that. But like I got this one coworker who always comes up to me and always asks me, "Where's my uniform? Where's your name tag? Where's all this?" I'm like
what a retard.
No, I swear to God, I have the same conversation with her every single fucking time I see her. Like I see her every 2 weeks. It's always, "Oh, you're so tall," and shit, like she's very Asian, but she's like, "Oh, you're so tall. How long you work here?" It's like, "I've been here for 12 years, lady. I've seen you for at least 2. You should know me by now." "How tall are you?" "Why don't you wear a uniform to work?" It's like, because nobody sees me. I don't care about these pieces of flair that I'm supposed to wear on the clock. I don't give a shit. Just let me do my job and go home. I don't need to wear an apron. I don't need to look good for people. I just need to fucking do my job.
Let's see. Red stapler. Oh yeah, it had a coffee mug in it. It had a mouse pad, a magnetic picture frame, a pen and pencil set, and it had a TPS report sheet in it.
I swear to God, I reference that every time I'm in the phone. Not every time, but oftentimes, anytime paperwork is required, load sheets and shit like that. So you remember file a proper cover sheet for these TPS reports?
I don't
even my bosses roll their eyes because they know how fucking ridiculous some of the shit is.
I don't remember. I don't remember where the coffee mug went. I don't think I ever took it out. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I ever took it out. Just like the Clerks 2 special edition. It had a movie visor and a movie name tag and something else with it. But
speaking of coffee mugs, I want to show you a picture or something. I'll be right back. You're gonna love this shit. Well, maybe
Is that
not.
your penis?
Yes, it's my penis, gamer.
Then I don't think we want to see that.
Can
we vote on that? I mean, I say no.
I think we're gonna have to say no if it's a penis coffee mug.
That's 2 of us. Anybody else wants to vote? 1 for no, 2 for no, 3 for really fucking no.
Yeah, 1's in the chat for no, 2's in the chat for no.
Well, if you want to know what my cock looks like, fucking gaming, all you got to do is ask my ex Liz. She will give you a very good mental image of it. She has apparently told a lot of my friends about the size, shape, and particulars, which really, really pissed me off. And you can tell why she's my ex.
Well, I'm more of looking at the pictures than trying to mentally visualize it. So
does it look like one of those
doesn't work.
biscuit can things?
Well, what was it? Bread
in a can. B&M bread in a can.
I forget what the model's name was, but her she went out with Liam Neeson, and she said that his cock was the size of an Evian bottle.
Oh, for Christ's sakes! I mean, you know, I'm pretty good with what I got going on here, but an Evian bottle.
I think that would
I'd
scare
like you to
women
get
away.
up to a 12-ounce Red Bull on a good day.
What about Red Bull? What?
Said I'm lucky to get up to a 12-ounce Red Bull on a good day.
That sounds small.
Okay, size queen.
Hell yeah, I am.
Wait a minute. Although here's a nice picture of Liam Neeson piss drunk, and I mean that literally. There you go.
Turish is hung like a horse. If you see your picture, I mean Turish. I mean, holy fuck! I think it's bigger than Turish himself.
I don't know who Justin King is.
Justin King is now a YouTuber who goes by Beau of the Fifth Column.
Still
He
no
is
clue.
somebody I used to contact a long time ago when he ran the Pontiac Tribune and the Fifth Column. He is kind of like a left-wing anarchist press personality. He's one of the few I would call him a proto-activist journalist, which, if you ask me, and I've always given him shit about this, you can't be an activist and a journalist at the same time. Like, it's there's a conflict of interest there, and he's always talked about how he strives to remain objective as a journalist, but at the same time, he just doesn't like the way politics is going.
What is this thing with Liam Neeson peeing his pants? God damn, there's another picture of it.
Maybe he
I guess
Maybe he can't control his bladder
or something.
Fucking
Oh.
Welshman? Is it premature ejaculation? What's the fucking deal, dude? I don't know what the deal is, but good God.
Somebody creaming their pants over there. Liam Neeson creaming his pants.
They actually have a list of the biggest dicks in Hollywood. I'm gonna guess that one of those is probably Harvey Weinstein. He's pretty much a dick.
Doc, do you want to try something?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Oh God. What?
We're scared.
Let's see if this works.
Why is it said live?
Because I'm live.
Okay.
Now,
they're saying
yeah.
What
go
the
ahead.
hell is that?
That, my friend, is a dinosaur game.
No, it's just saying that you're live.
Yeah.
Oh, you could actually see the window and all. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm loading in right now.
That's
I
what
can't
he
see.
said.
What the fuck are we looking at? I can't see shit.
The intro to a game.
Intro to a game. I'm playing Ark. I've been practicing for Mesopotamia because I got fucking wiped on Sargon server. I played a few nights with him, and I remember it was funny. Like, he was doing a live stream a few weeks ago, and he was just obliviously walking down the shoreline with his fucking Bronto, and sees me, thinks I'm an enemy, fucking goes at me with his Bronto, yeets me into the fucking water, and I get eaten by fucking piranhas. I had no idea it was him, and I'm like, did anybody get the fucking license plate of that goddamn Bronto? They're like, oh yeah, Sargon's at it again, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I gave him shit for that afterwards. We grabbed our highest level clan members and bedecked them and I'm clipped into something. Bedecked them into the best armor we could find. The one guy who took point, and then we had two bodyguards that went with him, and we went up to him in his house because he left his house unlocked, and we activated the in-game voice chat. And he heard us through his fucking monitors. And he just types in chat, sorry lads, I'm streaming. We should just come back and voice again, we're not sorry. He fucking leveled my shit, man. It was hilarious.
Oh, by the way, somebody's shitting on God, there's more. Have these people even seen the movie Joker? Really?
I haven't seen it yet. I've got to see it. Some of my friends who are struggling through some shit say you could probably relate to the Joker in an actually good way, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I'll say it's more like an Elseworld story because this isn't the actual DC Joker.
No, that's what I'm hearing too. Fucking Elseworlds, dude. Fucking, you ever see Red Sun?
Yeah, I read that one.
Yeah, I owned that one for a while, and then my fucking commie friend stole it from me. Needless to say, this is why I don't like commies anymore.
But yeah, it's. I mean, it's probably one of the best commentaries that I've seen on modern day mental health.
That's what I'm hearing. And after what I've been through recently, I would really like to see it.
Because they're like, oh, it's all about incels. And it's like, no, it's not about incels. It's about...
From my understanding, his sexuality wasn't even fucking discussed or even hinted at in the movie.
The easiest way to surmise the plot, it's a guy with a very tentative grasp on reality. He's trying to do all the right things. All the right things that society says he needs to do. Take his medication, work a regular 9 to 5, and that's just not working. It kind of falls with the principle of the Killing Joke thing, where one bad day can change your life forever.
Yeah, you are always one bad day away from becoming the Joker.
Yeah,
that was his thing.
Well, that was something that hadn't even been breached until Alan Moore wrote Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Because it was a bad guy, the Red Hood, fell into the vat, and then he became insane and became the Joker. Well, this guy was already starting off out of his mind.
Yeah. Fucking poor guy. Shit, I know people like that. Just fucking can't take care of themselves.
Yeah, and he's holding on by the thinnest of threads, and it's going to snap.
Aren't we all though?
Yeah, but I mean, it's just one of those things where I've been stressed to the point of breaking before, but I've never spent every day trying to maintain sanity.
Oh yeah, I've been better. I've been worse. Right now, I'm worse. I don't know if it. Yeah, I told you guys about this the other day. I think the stream got taken down, but I collapsed yesterday or the day before, and it's just been rough.
I can't imagine coming from an aspect where you start off your life unbalanced.
Right.
That's Wiki, I don't know. Falling Down.
I got to see that one too.
Falling Down's an awesome fucking movie. I love Falling Down. I think it's an amazing movie, and it was way before its time. Way before its time. And that was actually a fucking Joel Schumacher movie, for God's sake.
Right.
And, Schumacher, I don't like most of the shit that he does. But, wait a minute, I'm sure I can. Yeah, it was put out in 93, Falling Down. And God, it holds relevance. This is a different way of snapping. This is a guy who's done everything right in his life, has always been balanced. And it's kind of, if you've ever seen the movie Network, that's what Falling Down reminded me of. The movie Network. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Oh God, yeah, that was fucking crazy.
So here, if you guys want to see, if you have not seen the movie Falling Down, there's a direct link to it off of OpenLoad. Just make sure you have your uBlock and your ad block up, and that way they can't pop all that extra shit on you. And good morning, Crimson Fucker.
Crimson Fucker.
But yeah, Falling Down is, you know what, I'm just gonna bookmark this so I can watch it later. Because I will watch this later. But yeah, it's you know, it's just a basic normal schlub pushed to his breaking point and he breaks. Whereas Joker, the Arthur Fleck is what they call him in the movie.
Right.
He's already on the edge of the abyss. And only thing it would take is a light breeze to send him over. Well, he gets a strong wind.
Yeah.
I recommend both of them. And you know, there are streaming services that have the cam version up right now of Joker. I honestly wouldn't. I don't think I'd pay to see it just because I'm not a Joaquin Phoenix fan. And thank God he's already got his Oscar, because some assholes would probably try to push to get him nominated for it. And it's like, yeah.
The politics of Hollywood.
Yeah, well, you know, half of what is it? The Associated Motion, I forget. AMPAS?
Screen Actors Guild?
No, AMPAS. The Motion Picture Association of America.
Oh, MPAA?
Only the members can vote, and they've already shown the fact that most of the people who get ballots sent out to them haven't seen 2/3 of the movies.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. So they just check mark. Oh well, I saw this movie, so I'll just check mark that one. Yeah, I guess it's I can't really say. There's a social ineptitude that parallels it with Taxi Driver, but I wouldn't say that it was like Taxi Driver. Joker, that is.
Right.
Because in Taxi Driver, he was looking for an excuse to go off. Whereas the character Arthur Fleck is looking for any excuse to not go off. He was trying to live a normal life.
Just got to keep it together for one more day.
Yeah, but sometimes that fucking day just never comes.
Yeah, Jesus. So, right. I am building a base.
No.
This is why I am live.
Well, do what you feel like you have to.
I'm playing with my dinosaurs.
But gaming, you finally saw it, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Fantastic. Best fucking movie of the year. And I fucking despise Joaquin Phoenix. Like, he creeps me the fuck out.
yeah,
But the movie was fucking amazing. Like, I will buy it as soon as it comes out.
yeah. Apparently, there said there were quite a few cutscenes. Quite a few things that hit the cutting room floor because they wanted to keep it to a specific time limit, and it's like over 2 hours anyway.
Well, I mean, don't want it to be 3 hours.
Avengers Endgame was what, 3 hours?
Ugh,
I
like it
I
that
don't
much.
remember. I thought that one was like 2.5, but I mean, because so far, the best DC movie that's come out in the past 10 years has been Shazam, and it wasn't even a Warner Brothers movie, for God's sake.
That was a good movie.
I enjoyed it because of the fact that it had the kid magic to it. It was a fantasy film you could take kids to, and they would enjoy it. Unless your kids have already been jaded and hardened by what society says, should be done. But yeah, I like Shazam. It was a good kids movie. It was it had that wonderment to it,
We don't want to be teaching our children, hey kids, the world is shit now, do we?
Well, I mean that's on a daily, but
that's we want to show our children a better part of how the world is supposed to look.
But there really haven't been too many good movies out, and with that streaming service that I check out, there's a lot of shitty movies, and a lot of artsy and fartsy going on too.
There's one movie that I haven't brought myself to watch yet. Speaking of shitty movies, I don't know if you'd consider this shitty. Apparently, it's a masterpiece. I'm into some pretty heavy duty horror stuff. I really love some of the heavy duty horror genre stuff. And it is October, and I have yet to see a Serbian film.
A Serbian film was legitimately made as a shock film.
Yeah.
Kind of like the modern day Cannibal Holocaust, because good God, the ending of it is incredibly grotesque.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got modern shit like, the Human Centipede and
No. This movie crossed the line.
Oh, yes, of course.
No, that's not a good thing.
No, I know that's not a good thing. This is a very controversial film, and I have yet to watch it, and I usually watch really nasty, controversial shit. So that's something I got to review.
When the closing credits start, the first thing in your head's going to be going, really? That's probably the first thought that you'll have. Because of how the movie ends. Not to be punny, but not the climax of the movie, but how the movie actually ends. And you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. Matter of fact, you can go on YouTube right now, and they have the director's cut. That's where I watched it. I watched it on YouTube. It's subtitled, but a Serbian film is on YouTube.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Shit, yeah, I'll go watch it.
It's just a really, really... I mean, it's a really bad film. It's like if there was a hell, then apparently the people who made this film already made the conscious choice that's where they were going when they died.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I mean, have you, I don't know, man, have you ever watched some of the other classic, really dark horror shit, body horror, Tetsuo the Iron Man?
Oh yeah.
What's your take on that? 'Cause I gotta watch Bullethead now. I was not aware that there was a sequel.
Yeah, I guess the sequel kind of deals with it, but not really, because I mean they got a budget.
Yeah, well, that was kind of like a, I don't know, I would consider it kind of like if you watch the way it was produced, the camera work and everything like that, it was kind of low budget.
Oh,
they had a lot of good stop motion. It was
extremely low budget. but I mean, I mean, you can tell where the stop motion came in.
Yeah, that was good stop motion though.
Yeah, no denying it. I mean, I thought that was a fucked up film.
Yeah,
Because I really there's a thing that gets lost in translation. So I had to like actually watch it twice to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like some fucked up shit. And I keep thinking, you know, oh, it's coming from other places, like Guinea Pig or Ichi the Killer.
Yeah.
All that shit. And Eric, a Videodrome is tame compared to these movies.
Videodrome?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's David Cronenberg. It's you know, he's the Canadian king of body horror movies.
How have I not seen Videodrome? Because I know Cronenberg.
It stars James Woods and Debbie Harry.
Oh, then I should totally have watched this already. What the fuck? I need to get stoned and watch Eraserhead again.
It's the one where the guy runs a UHF station, and somebody gives him a VHS tape of some bootleg channel that's hard to find. And when he takes the tape home and watches it, he feels like he's almost drawn into it, and it's a lot of BDSM.
Oh, dude.
So yeah, Debbie Harry of Blondie, yes. And it gets weird. I mean, if you've seen The Fly, then you know that Cronenberg gets weird. If you've seen Dead Ringers, if you've seen Rabid, Cronenberg's heavily into.
That's been a while.
Yeah, Cronenberg's heavily into body horror.
Yeah, that's a shtick. That's what he's known for.
Well, he did Scanners too, so.
Well, true. Yeah.
Although that fight scene up until that point, the final fight scene, was probably one of the most graphic things that I've seen. And then people are like, "Hey, have you seen Cannibal Ferox or Cannibal Holocaust?" And it's like, no. And then I watch those, and I'm like, oh well, they're killing animals. They legitimately kill animals in those movies.
Yeah.
And that's what the uproar was, is they're actually killing animals. And it's like, have you guys never seen like a deer hunting video?
Yeah.
Or the one where, what was it? They did it on, they did it on Red Letter Media. Splodin' Gophers.
Splodin' Gophers?
Yeah, Splodin' Gophers Volume 1. And it was basically 90 minutes of these guys going out to some guy's farm and just literally with a I think it's like a 30-06, just blowing the heads off of gophers.
Jesus Christ, man. I remember exploding a cardinal once with a shotgun. Well, it wasn't a cardinal, but it was right afterwards. Jesus Christ.
God, I have to find that one, because that is hellaciously funny. It was on okay, it's gonna make me look it up now. I'll just put in Red Letter Media Gophers. Yeah, there it is. It was on Wheel. It was on Wheel of the Worst.
We will catch you later, Vash. He is signing out for the night.
Are you getting out of here, Vash?
He's already out.
Okay. Let's see here. No, this is legit. This isn't like animatronic gopher. This is them blowing the shit out of.
Jesus, that's fucking brutal, dude.
Wait a minute. Let's see. Pull up the tape case, goddammit. And it's funny because they really wanted to see this movie, and it was on Wheel of the Worst. And they're like, fuck this. We're not even going to bother with with leaving it up to chance. We want to watch this movie. Let's see. Let's see if I can. No, it's called Exploding Varmints Part 1.
Jesus.
Wait a minute. Well, now that I got it still framed, I will just cut it and I will no context tweet it. But it's on Best of the Worst number 10, and they can't help but to just fucking laugh their asses off. Because I mean, literally, you're seeing like gophers go flying into the air. They go exploding some fucking varmints. So there we go. There we go. There's a no context tweet, and it's Best of the Worst episode 37, Wheel of the Worst 10. And they just it's like a car crash. They just can't help it. They got to sit here and watch it and watch it and watch it. I don't know if anybody's transferred. Like every so often, if there's something that's really popular, they'll somebody will find the VHS, digitally copy it, and put it on YouTube, because it's not like anybody is going to sue them, because all these VHS companies are already out of fucking business, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they put a little skull and crossbones up just so you don't see the pieces of the gopher flying apart.
That's fucking bad.
But yeah, these guys are having a hell of a good time. It's down in some guy's property, some guy's farm down in Texas where they got a gopher problem, and they like hire people or just let people come onto the property so they can blow the shit out of the gophers, because there's an infestation.
Right.
And this isn't fake. So they're exploding some varmints.
Man, we got a wild pig problem out in the west part of our state, and they're asking for people to just come out there and just take care of the hogs. I don't think it'd be so gruesome.
Not unless you use really good giant traps to catch them, a shitload of them at a time. Single-handedly going shooting, it's not going to do nothing.
By the way, good morning, William Stenchever, and good morning, Fat Andy. Yeah, that's yeah. So I wasn't honestly, I wasn't really shocked when they did the because when I was a youngster, my job was to help take the organs out of deers, because my grandfather was a butcher.
Yeah, I just got them.
Yeah, so he would gut them. I had to clean them out.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, people who kill and eat animals has no shock value for me. Unless somebody's like got a little baby kitty and is like trying to skin it. That's where I would draw the line.
Or that puppy crushing shit. Jesus Christ, man.
Oh no, I saw the guy who ended up killing up in Canada, of course. It was a gay guy who lured who finally lured somebody to his apartment and killed him and basically cut him up, but he videotaped it. But before that, he was killing kittens.
Oh, fuck.
And there were more people in a rage about him killing kittens than about killing an actual human.
Really?
Yeah. But fucking Canadians. I don't get them.
They're people too. Sometimes.
I know. I mean, I've really seen some fucking gruesome shit. Because, you know, back in the days when I admit I used to hang out on the 4chan boards, people would post shit. They'd be like, oh, you got to see this video. Like, what was it? 2 kids, 1 hammer.
Christ.
It's the
That
one
just
where
sounds-
where the 2 Russian kids went around and like picked up strangers and killed them. Like beat them to death with hammers, and then there's like one part afterwards where they beat this old guy to death with a hammer, beat his brains in. And then one of the guys just took a screwdriver and just kept stabbing him in the gut. And just they were commenting on how weird it was, how it just went right in and came right back out again. But now here's the weirdest part of it, or the sickest part, I would say. These kids would show up to the funeral.
What the fuck, man?
And they would like kind of try to videotape anonymously, and then after everything was said and done, they'd go back and piss on the guy's grave.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dude, the people this world is fucked.
there are
This
some
world is
sick
completely fucked.
motherfuckers out there.
This world is so fucked.
Yeah, and that's
be able
what,
to just be able to just drink a glass of red wine every day, man. There ain't nothing worth celebrating anyway. Fuck it.
yeah. And when people have been desensitized to that kind of violence, I mean, it should always make you sick anytime you see something like that. I mean, I personally was shocked. I was stunned. But, you know, this is the kind of shit that floats out there.
Yeah.
Now I've only ever seen stills of the one guy in Germany who tried to find somebody he could eat. What's the magic word? Punish Dad. You don't
Cannibal.
demand a wrench in the wrench no state. You are given one, but don't be a dick about it. But it was where this guy was looking for somebody to eat, and he put ads out, and he actually got somebody who said, "Yeah, you can eat me."
Oh, fucking fetishists, man. These people are fucking crazy.
And well, that's not the way to get your wrench back, and none of those are magic words. But he videotaped everything.
Well, of course you did. You'd have to document this. This is cannibalism.
Well, he castrated the guy first, and he and the guy ate his cooked dick before he went in deeper and started cutting him up and actually ended up killing him.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those tributes or hunter's tribute or whatever it is. Like when you shoot a deer, you go down and you suck some blood out of the wound. Eating the guy's cock is probably what that is for him.
Yeah, I don't know. It was that was an amazing bit. And Punish Dad, the wrench no state's a privilege, not a right. Welcome to it.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen some really sick fucking shit. I remember they did the one thing about the guy who had the he posted in 4chan about how he thought it was it was weird that strangling somebody wasn't like in the movies.
It wasn't like what? Oh, it wasn't like it was in the movies.
Yeah.
No, man, throwing a punch at somebody's that ain't like it is in the movies either, man. Your hand fucking hurts if you do it wrong. No, man, it's like fucking. Yeah, these documentaries of like fucking true violence and shit, like, or not documentaries, but like just incidences that are captured on film. Like, I remember they showed us some fucking films in the military when we were on break one time. We were watching what a fucking Barrett will do to a person. Like, I'm watching guys get cut in half. I'm watching guys get their legs blown off, their fucking heads exploding like watermelons because they're getting hit by these massive 50 cal rounds. Oh, Jesus Christ. I remember one of the fucking warning signs in one of the ordnance halls, because one of the ordnance halls it's like a university, right, where we all train to learn how to do fucking shit that's required of us at OMEMS, Ordnance Maintenance.
Hey, Chris, do you see that thing over there?
What's that? Bye bye. Oh, I scared him. They would just have these posters of the guy who tried to crimp a fucking blasting cap with his teeth. It just his face fucking bananaed out.
No,
Don't do this, kids.
yeah, I remember seeing video of one guy who tried to commit suicide. He put the shotgun under his jaw, blew his fucking jaw off.
I think I told you about this.
He survived.
Yeah. I think I told you about this time when my mother responded to a scene, and the guy tried to commit suicide via shotgun by putting it in his mouth and blew the back of his neck out, but his spine was still connected.
Oof.
Yeah, man. He was alive, but not for very long. Oh, jeez. That's some gruesome shit, dude. That's reality. That's the real world out there for you.
Well, but here's the thing. We spent back in the day, it was like, who could outgross the next person? And we took everything with a grain of salt, that life was never that violent, that horrific. And by the way, gaming did say goodnight. So good night, gaming.
Good night, gaming. We're getting into the dark territory now.
Well,
it's almost 4:00. It's beyond the witching hour.
Well, these are places where most people don't walk and should never walk.
Sheer morbidity.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
I've been listening to a lot of Witch House lately. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know.
Another one.
Wifey's trying to get me to go over to Shudder and watch. There's parts 1, 2, and 3 of Hell House LLC.
Of what?
It's called Hell House LLC.
Okay. That sounds like some Wishmaster shit.
It's very low budget.
Yeah.
And it's set up like a Ghost Hunters thing.
Okay.
Not necessarily like found footage, because, the name found footage means somebody else found it, but yeah, I was thinking of watching those when I get off stream tonight, but I don't know. I'm being drawn by Falling Down. I haven't watched that in a good long time.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't seen that at all. I'm looking for recommendations right now for films. I gotta watch movies. I gotta start doing shit again. Like, I'm just been fucking being a lump.
Well, it depends. It depends on what you're looking to watch. If I mean, I've been dipping into horror and sci-fi horror lately because, of course, it's the month to do that.
Oh, I gotta see Virus again.
But I watched the Brothers Grimsby, which was a Sacha Baron Cohen movie, and I hate to say it, but I've liked pretty much everything that that Sacha Baron Cohen's done. By the way, good morning, Detroit. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. Wifey said she's getting ready to watch 3 because apparently they were so easy to make, very low budget that they cranked out like 3 of them. And the third one right now just premiered on Shudder. Shudder's premiering a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, tis the month. Tis the season.
I'm trying to think of. There's another one that was a good mix of found footage and well, it's a mix of, I guess, technically found footage and also it was basically they were filming people as they were doing it. God, it was about a group of filmmakers that went around from haunted house to haunted house all around the country. And God, what was it? Oh, come on, brain work.
Oh, I've got something to shill today.
You do.
Oh shit, you got shit to shill today?
Well, it's not for me.
It's for a friend of mine.
No, I wouldn't say it's for. I wouldn't say it's. I don't know the guy at all. I wish I knew the guy. He's great. Everybody should go take a look at a channel called Night Mind.
Was a channel yeah, Nick Nocturne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching Nick. Matter of fact, been trying to get him on to Doctor on Call.
You shitting me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I like Nick, even though he's a furry.
Yeah, he's a furry, all right. It don't matter.
But he, because I am. By the way, good morning, Pinoid.
Good morning.
What up, man?
I forgot to say good morning to Pinoid. He already said something to me, and I'm just like, yeah, what up? And I'm like, what the fuck? I fucking suck.
But
I just woke up. I woke up on the side of the highway, and my fucking battery's dead, and it's cold as fuck, and I'm stuck here waiting on these cocksuckers to send somebody out to jump me. Like,
boy, what rig you riding in?
Yeah, this thing's basically brand new. It got 170,000 miles.
Jesus. Well, I mean, what make model is it?
It's the International Pro Star.
International. I don't know, man. I mean, my buddy drove a Cascadia. They had fucking problems with the pneumatic brakes. It was like there was like a fucking you know how you have like an air cushion underneath your driver's seat? If that line blew, you could lose fucking pressure for your pneumatic brakes. That line has blown before, and I've had to actually do an in-road repair on that shit.
Yeah. I actually I used to have problems on my Freightliner Cascadia I had, and it like whenever you stop in the rain, like one of the fucking wheels, the drums would just slip, and it sounded like a fucking boat motor would pull to the left.
Jesus. Yeah.
Right. That's scary as fuck trying to get off an exit at fucking 80,000 pounds. You know what I mean? Up in the goddamn.
Oh fuck, man! I did a few ride-alongs, and I've had I always have fucking stories, dude.
By the way, Fat Andy is recommending Joker, Taxi Driver, Glengarry Glen Ross, Casino, Once Upon a Time in America, VHS, Suicide Club, and Interview.
I also recommend God Bless America.
Cause I'm proud to be in America.
No, that's not what that's about. Who directed that film again? I can't remember who fucking.
By the way, the one I was thinking of is called The House is October Built. And that one's kind of a found footage.
Oh, this is more of a comedy.
Yeah, I went out and I went to Bates Motel one time, fucking down in Philly. Yeah, if you ever have a chance to do that, you should probably not. I'll be honest with you.
The director Bobcat Goldthwait. That's right.
He did Shakes the Clown.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobcat Goldthwait also did God Bless America, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it.
God Bless America was fun. I enjoyed that one.
Yes, like that was just like that was just pumped up kicks, just intensifies. I love it.
I don't know. I've never been a big fan of like horror movies or fucking scary movies or anything of this nature.
No, this one's like a dark comedic romp through a man who believes he's condemned because he has like a brain tumor, and he just decides to start knocking off a bunch of media figures. Like he kills the head of what was it? What was that protest group, Doc?
I don't know. It's been a while. I saw it when it first came out.
No. The right wing. The right wing. Who was it?
The Tea Party.
No. Religious group.
Westboro Baptist Church.
Westboro Baptist Church. Yes, he fucking knocks off the head of the Westboro Baptist Church, and he goes after like politicians, and he goes after news anchors and shit, and it's crazy. And then he winds up in a theater and just shoots the place up.
Well, no, it's a takeoff on American Idol, and he decides to shoot up
American Idol,
yeah, because they're well, for lack of a better word, you know, they're
uncultured fucking swine. Yeah. Is what they fucking are.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love that movie.
Now, I'm trying to think of wait a minute. There's a TV show also that he's behind called Misfits and Monsters. If you guys haven't seen that one yet, you really need to. I don't know how many seasons he got off, but I watched the first season and it was a lot of fun. It's basically like kind of creepy horror stories stuff.
I don't know, man. Like, you know, I stayed away from like a bunch of TV for like the past like probably 20 years or so. So like, there's a couple of them I've been trying to get caught up on that, like, I don't know, like I caught clips on YouTube and I was like, dude, it looks really fucking interesting. Like, I'm been watching Mad Men right now from fucking AMC.
No, I just never found the appeal to it.
Me neither.
Did you ever watch it? Like, I had the same feeling, right? Because like I was told by a bunch of hipsters and shit that it was garbage. You know what I mean? But it's pretty fucking cool. You ever have a chance to watch it? Just a psychological way of.
I watched like the first three. I watched like the first three episodes, and I'm like, yeah, no. But then again, I watched the first 3 seasons of Breaking Bad, and I didn't like Breaking Bad, but
Yeah.
I watched every season of Better Call Saul.
I didn't like Breaking Bad at all. Like, just the entire premise I thought was fucking retarded.
You know what got old quick for me? The Walking Dead.
Yo, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Fucking 3 seasons in, I'm like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I mean, I would honestly, I would tune back in to see what effects that Greg Nicotero would do, for the zombie kills and shit. But
Yeah.
after like season 3, you could tell they severely cut the fucking budget. So there was like maybe 2 zombie kills in a show, and it's like, I don't want to hang around for this.
It's just interpersonal tension at that fucking point. And yes, that's a fucking thing you got to deal with when you're dealing like in a survival scenario. Interpersonal conflicts and shit like that, tribal warfare. It's shit you got to deal with, but at the same time, it's just like this is too played out. This is too dramatic to be real life. Walking Dead was supposed to be kind of gritty in the sense that it could possibly be realistic, but in this sense, it's just too Disney.
Well, no, they were dragging shit out. That's the thing.
The woman with the short hair, the lesbian, she really bothered me on that show. Like I was just on this level, like that bitch would have got gang raped repeatedly until she learned her fucking place. You know what I mean? Like I was just what the mentality looked like to me, and I was like, oh, she's badass. Like, that's not how this operates. The only reason women have any opportunity to be badass in real life right now is because the government backs them up. Like, without a government, somebody would have been gang raping that bitch repeatedly. And there wasn't much gang rape either. That was another fucking thing. And I was like, this whole show's fucking premise is goddamn retarded.
That's because
it is realistic, but it's a dark place for your head to go.
God damn it! You know what? That's because of the fact that it's a television show.
Yeah, I have a hard time suspending. It's just like you ever see the Ozarks.
No.
All right, the Ozarks is a show about this white accountant from Chicago who is laundering money for the Mexican mafia. And like the drug lords and shit down there, and he ends up like fucking when he's like laundering the money or whatever, he like sits there and fucking ends up losing a bunch of the money, and they don't kill him, and like the whole show is a premise of him not being killed by the Mexican mafia and still laundering money for them in this dirt hole place. And even the person who was standing up for him, the Mexican guy, ended up getting killed. And you're like, why was this guy not murdered? Like, the Mexicans would have buried this dude immediately. I don't understand what the fuck is going. Like, my ability to suspend disbelief, because like once you get into like the criminal lifestyle and you're around criminals will just kill things. That's what they'll murder you and move on about their day.
By the way, real quick, we had a $5 donation come in from some slut. There's no message, just $5. So, thank you.
Probably my ex.
I don't know.
I know that bitch.
It was some slut. So there we go. Yeah, well, here's the thing. When AMC fucked over Frank Darabont, because
I remember that.
The reason why the first season was so good was because he was the showrunner and he brought his fucking cast. The people that he likes to put in his movies, he brought them along. And
now they're all gone.
Well, they started at scale, pretty much.
Yep.
And they came on because Frank Darabont was there.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, they unceremoniously kicked him to the curb. And then these actors were like,
Darabont?
Huh?
Amazing director.
Who the fuck is Frank Darabont?
Frank Darabont directed The Green Mile, The Shawshank Redemption, and The Mist.
Good director.
Those are great movies. Those are amazing.
Yep.
He also wrote the the remake of The Blob, which I think The Blob was better. I think the remake was better than the original.
I haven't watched either of them, to be honest with you. I feel uncultured now.
By the way, good morning, Bunny.
Good morning.
But yeah, Darabount's very good at what he does, and he got this cast assembled around him that he puts in every one of his movies. And he was like, "Listen, I'm doing this thing called The Walking Dead. I really can't pay big bucks, but I know I can get you guys at least scale." And so everybody hopped on board and signed contracts. And then when they unceremoniously fired him for the second season, because he was pitching a bitch, because AMC got big tax breaks for filming in Georgia.
Yep.
Now, instead of AMC putting that back into the show, they just kind of dispersed it among the executives.
Oh, wrong.
Yeah,
Oops.
and Darabont was pitching a fucking bitch about it. He's like, listen, I know you guys need a little taste of the cheddar, but fuck, put money back into it. And it's like, no, we earn these tax breaks, so kind of fuck you to him. And he's like, all right, and he went public with it. Like, AMC's not putting any money back into the fucking show. And so they're like, fuck you, bye. Good morning, Miss Steam.
That was a fucking shame. I remember that because I used to be not that big of a fan, but enough of a fan to know what was going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, that's what happened. And the budget, kind of like how when Star Trek came around, the very first time, they just kept cutting the budget, even though people were tuning in to watch the show. They kept saying how useless Star Trek was, and that we just have it to fill time. And they would cut their budget in half every year. That's why it only lasted 3 years, because they didn't have the money to go any farther after 3 years.
Then it became a fucking cultural icon.
Yeah. Well,
and then it kept going.
Well, I mean, it's the exact same thing. People don't know what they have. And then by that time, it's too late, even though, like, AMC funneled all the money that they were making with Breaking Bad back into Breaking Bad.
Right.
But they fucked Walking Dead over, and Walking Dead was the one that got them more ratings than any other TV show that they've ever had on.
Yeah.
And now they're tanking. And they're like, oh, well, they got approved for, what was it, season 7? They initially approved them for season 7 and 8, but they're rethinking 8 as maybe making it the last season.
Yeah, when they went off the rails from the comics, I kind of like really, really started to lose interest.
Oh, well, they were off the rails on the comics, like, in the first season.
Well, of course, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, even more so, you're introducing new elements and just shit that doesn't make sense. I mean, I understand characters coming along earlier or leaving earlier or, it's just ridiculous.
Well, no, I'll cite you 2 good examples where the television shows basically surpassed the adaptations, especially the comic book adaptations that they were taken from. And one of them is Preacher. Even though that got truncated, but they did a really good job.
They made Preacher into a film adaptation?
No, AMC did it as a TV series.
No shit! I gotta watch this.
Yeah, they just concluded it two weeks ago because they were going to cancel it, and like how Fringe was, they gave it like a final 4th season that was only 10 episodes. So they wrapped everything up in 10 episodes. Really pretty good.
You mean Fringe as in On the Fringe, or Fringe as in the TV series Fringe?
Fringe as in the TV series, because they were just going to cancel it outright.
God, they should never have canceled that show. That was a
that was a fucking awesome show. That I fucking really enjoyed that shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they did cancel it. But J.J. Abrams came back and said, "Listen, let us wrap it up. Give us like a 12 episode season. We'll wrap everything up." And so they did.
Oh my God, the fucking
Is it me or did that? Yeah, did that last season like suck garbage compared to the first?
Well, yeah, because they had to cram everything in together and then conclude it. It's like, it would have been impossible, man, to make that season look good.
It was honestly, I thought it ended decent. I mean, it could have ended better, but it kind of. I mean, it wasn't a wet fart, but it wasn't a loud bang either.
I don't know, man. Like it was nowhere near as good as that fucking original. It was like, what did they run, like 3 seasons, something like that?
Yeah, the second season was just top tits, man. The first season, then the second season was just. The first season was good. Second season was better.
It was a better, more polished X-Files, like real shit.
Yes.
And then like that third season came along, and like it just felt like they were reaching. You know what I mean? Like it was just like the female was like hot garbage in the show.
Dude, they had
like nobody.
They had 5 seasons.
Was it 5 seasons? Yeah. Then the 5th season was fucking trash.
Well, yeah, because it was
It might have been like the 4th and 5th might have been trash, to be honest with you. Like, that's what I'm saying. I only remember the first like 2 seasons, and then the rest of them just. I tried to watch it, and it wasn't as good. It didn't have like the feeling anymore. It felt like
I think
like almost over.
I think season 3 peaked at what they were doing, and then 4 was kind of shaky because they didn't know whether or not they were going to get renewed, and then they worked the deal to where they got the truncated 5th season. So you could see it kind of winding down. Now, the other one that I will cite as an example, The Boys. Holy shit. The Boys was groundbreaking as a comic book. But what they're doing with it in what is it? I think it's on Amazon Prime or on Hulu. It's on one of those two. I think it's Amazon Prime, but they're doing justice to the comic book. Now, I don't know if they'll get the chance to run the entire season out, because unlike other comic book series, The Boys had a definitive end. So that wrapped up. It's over. It's done. So they have a complete work to go from, and there are light and subtle changes to it. But if you guys haven't watched The Boys, it's definitely worthwhile.
I'll tell you another show that really surpassed the comic books was fucking X-Men, the animated series from back in the 1990s.
Yeah. I'll go with that. I'll co-sign that.
That was amazing. Like real shit. Like that legitimately created a lot of fucking people who like had nothing to do with comic books who really got into like the comic book world just because of that fucking.
Yeah, I have to watch that now.
Yeah, I know, man. I go back and watch episodes on YouTube and shit.
I have mixed feelings about it.
What? You better shut your mouth. That thing was amazing.
I was an adult by the time that shit came out.
You know what animated series I grew up with that I really fucking miss? I really miss fucking Freakazoid, dude. That ran for 2 seasons, and that was way ahead of its time.
Actually, I don't even know what that is.
Actually, the one that I liked that surprised me was Static Shock.
I haven't seen it. I have not seen it.
With the cartoon show?
Yeah.
My friend recommended it.
I saw it. It was legit not bad. The Green Lantern one wasn't bad either.
I only ever saw the movie, the Green Lantern movie, and that was kind of
Yeah, I don't think it was as bad as everybody bitches about. Like everybody complains, like, "Oh, the CGI, blah blah blah." I'm like, yo, man, you really can't fail with that dude. I forget his fucking name from Van Wilder and shit. You can't miss with him though.
What you mean, Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is the shit. Like I don't know, like, yo, he's great in everything he's in. Like I've never seen a movie he's been in that I.
By the way, Eric's saying the Swamp Thing show got canceled. Yes, you are correct. Swamp Thing did get canceled, and it ended the first season like they were going to get a second season because it ended on a cliffhanger with the creation of Jason Woodrue becoming the Floronic Man, and it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
I hate when that happens.
Well, we knew it was building up to it. Anybody who'd ever read the comic book knew what was going on. You know, that you know, Professor Woodrue was going to become the Floronic Man. And it's just like, okay, very last episode, he becomes the Floronic Man and done. They canceled it. They're just like, it just wasn't getting the ratings. And it's like, Swamp Thing's always been a cult book anyway. You guys were just fishing for properties at that point.
Yeah, that was a bit of a reach. It was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you have guys like me that wouldn't really ever give a fuck about Swamp Thing. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, it's never going to have mainstream appeal. Like,
Yeah, no disrespect to Swamp Thing, but yeah, I'm not too into it.
Well, Swamp Thing was
I'll
always
disrespect. Yo, fuck Swamp Thing and fuck Swamp Thing's motherfucking everybody who looks like Swamp Thing. How about that one there? Run
the only other one
Catch
who
me
actually
outside.
looked like Swamp Thing was Man Thing, and that was a Marvel character.
And the Toxic Avenger kind of looked a little bit like Swamp Thing.
No, they did a good job on the Swamp Thing suit, on the costume. It basically looked like he was made of plant life. They did a real good job on it. I mean, the effects were very nice. But
I'm just saying, like, yo, fuck Swamp Thing, cash me outside. How about
Go easy, man.
well, Swamp Thing, to be honest with you, Swamp Thing was a do-nothing book. It was, it was Bernie Wrightson and Marv Wolfman, and they were trying to make it like the first horror superhero. But
Right.
but the book kind of tanked, and then there's this writer named Alan Moore, the same guy who wrote The Killing Joke, the same guy who wrote Watchmen, the same guy who wrote League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He stepped in and took the book over, and with John Toddlebun and Stephen Bissett, the artists, they made it creepy, but they turned it into more of a cerebral book. And that's what basically inspired the Vertigo line of comics, because back in the day when comics were affordable, people would buy Swamp Thing because it had a great story. It kept them coming back month to month. Instead of, oh, well, I kind of like this character, I'm going to keep buying this book. People were really into the storyline. And I would say probably one of my top 10 favorite superhero fights of all time happened between Swamp Thing and Batman. Because Swamp Thing got pissed. And so he decided to roll in to Gotham and try to find out who took Abby. Abby was basically his girlfriend at the time, and Batman knew that he was coming, so Batman came to face off with him, and that was like the first appearance of the Bat Tank, and he started burning everything down. I mean, literally flamethrowering, because Swamp Thing is a plant creature, right? But he's of what they call the green, so he could transfer his consciousness into some other plant life. And so Batman burns all this green down, and then Swamp Thing comes back. He regrows himself almost immediately and starts walking towards him. Batman just jumps out of the tank and goes, okay, let's get this over with. And
Jeez.
Swamp Thing proceeds to beat the literal piss out of him. He knew he was outmatched, but Batman stood toe to toe with him. But yeah, if you're looking for a good read, Alan Moore did like 50 issues of Swamp Thing, and they were all good. There was no filler.
I have to go take a look.
What? I'm sorry. What? I just woke back up. What happened? Yo, fuck Swamp Thing.
Dude, I'm always drawn towards writers. You know, if you can write a good story, if you've got great art to go along with it, that's awesome too. But if you just have good art in the so-so story, I'll kind of tailor off. Like in the 80s, when Chris Claremont wrote X-Men and John Byrne drew X-Men. That had my fascination all the way through until shit started getting messed up in the 90s where they were doing all this time jumping bullshit. So I was pretty much done with it because they sowed the seeds with Days of Future Past, which was a good story. Had they left it alone and never did that time traveling shit again, it would have been fine. But no, they fuckered around with it, and Chris Claremont started becoming a bad writer at that point because he was running out of ideas. And so he started pulling like Cable came in, and
Cable was the shit.
Cable was shit.
Cable's awesome.
Shit.
He was fucking awesome. And Bishop too. Bishop badass as well.
I think his best arc was when he was with Deadpool.
Bishop and Forge, I kind of liked, but yeah, I have to agree with Chris. Cable didn't get good until he became Deadpool's sidekick.
Yeah.
See, here's the cool thing about the X-Men series. I have owned one comic book in my lifetime, and it was a Simpsons comic book, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I pull all my knowledge about comic books from X-Men the animated series, and it stuck so tightly to the comics that I can sit and talk X-Men forever.
You know, BRB.
Monetary theory, like it's because we're doing it on a fucking stream on Thursday, trying to break that shit down. You know, fucking like try to like understand like what's going on in our government and stuff. And I got like actual shit that I'm trying to learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Monetary policy is fun.
Modern monetary theory is fucking bananas. Like it's the most ridiculous fucking egg-headed nonsense in the world.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of egg-headed nonsense.
Yeah, I don't like anything glass-eyed, to be honest with you. Like that's not my fucking mentality. You know, I'm a human being type of. I always feel that you need a human at the helm of any system because, you know, or at least humans in the system to be able to like make the nuanced approaches to things to make the adjustments about shit.
Oh.
And I honestly believe, like, see, here's my thing. I think human beings know way more about shit than they think that they know about shit. Like, I actually believe, like, humans have the ability to tell the fucking future. Is just that most people don't really tap into it. Like 99.9999% of people have no ability to like tap into your ability to know what's gonna happen. Like your instinctual like intuition is something that is fucking genetic. Like it's a genetic formation inside of your head that a lot of people don't really use enough. So like it never really gets trained to be able to be useful to you in the real world.
Yeah, our intuition, not being able to use it properly.
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine, like, because, like, say, like, you went to war, right, Merc? You was over there in Afghanistan and Iraq and shit.
I never deployed.
Oh, you didn't deploy. All right. Well, all right. So,
No.
all right. Imagine being in a situation where it was a constant state of who the fuck is it going to be, like, coming at you on a regular basis.
Yes. I know how that feels.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing: imagine it your whole life. Like, imagine it from like birth, like the whole way until like you're like in your 20s. Like, imagine how sharp your intuition would get to have the ability to see what's coming for.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? Like sometimes you go blind to that shit. Fucking like I've had anxiety disorders for like the past, I don't know, 12 years. At least, if not 16 years, I've had major anxiety disorders where I'm just constantly fucking on edge, just nails digging into the freaking desk, like.
Yeah, what if that's like a normal state though, right? Like if you're standing there,
that very much was for me.
Well, here's the thing, and do you guys remember the comedian Bill Hicks?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay. He had a routine that was like, go back to sleep, America. Your government knows what's best for you. And he did this in the late 80s. And societally, that's what people are being trained to do, is to not think. Is to go, you don't need to worry about this.
My mind. Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. Changed my mind.
Yeah,
well, he's not.
Well, it's one of those, go back to sleep, America. Here's American Gladiators. That was part of his routine.
Well, yeah, that's not really the issue. It's more along the lines like our society's become way too soft, right? Like everybody can survive all the time doing whatever, right?
Well,
we let retards breed, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
But nigga, I don't want to go looking for a taco. I don't want to go hunting for tacos.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Well, no, I mean that's the big thing where it's legitimately people saying, go to sleep. Your government has your best interest in mind. Go to sleep.
I think we actually feel the opposite though.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely, we do. Why do you think there's so much societal unrest? Our government has been fucking us and lying to us and bullshitting to us for the past fucking 50 years, and the chickens have finally come home to roost to the point of where nobody believes anything the government fucking.
Dude, they're not roosting at all. They're already entrenched and basically doing these civil uprising things only helps to benefit them in the long run.
Okay. So I was having a conversation about this earlier today, right? It was kind of like the mentality of fucking, if the government had any moral authority, they wouldn't need the fucking surveillance state, right? They wouldn't need to be as strong as they are, like as far as being able to throw you in a goddamn cage at any given moment.
I would like to thank Edward Snowden, by the way. He's the one who really kickstarted the whole idea of, holy shit, I should probably be aware of what my fucking government is doing.
No, he didn't. What are you talking about? There was fucking, long before Edward Snowden was around. Fucking like
no. All he did was justify it. No, all he did was validate it. All he did was say, yeah, it actually is going on. Right? I mean, we all knew. Of course we all knew. It's just he's the one who had the balls to say the emperor has no fucking clothes.
Anybody who's like, look, man, when I was a kid, I used to have to be careful about talking on the phone on a regular basis because there'd be cops sitting outside tuned into the fucking frequency of the goddamn fucking, the portable phone that we had in our goddamn house trying to pick up, fucking like who was moving what in their neighborhood, right? Like it was just that was normal. Like understanding that the government was watching your ass was a normal thing. Like this
Yep.
was, you know what I'm saying? So like this was never something that needed validated for me. Like when Edward Snowden said that, I'm like, yep, y'all didn't know this already?
Oh, dude, I remember having a conversation with one of my old girlfriends when I was like 14 years old. Dude, there's this chick who I used to call every fucking night, and we would just sit and talk on the phone for like hours, and sometimes we would just sit in silence on the phone together. But
Yeah.
So check this shit out. One night, I remember it was after a thunderstorm, or no, it was during a thunderstorm. I was sitting at the the office desk that was in the living room, and I'm holding the phone and I'm hearing this tapping noise, and I'm like, do you hear that? And she's like, hold on, someone's talking. And whenever she would talk, I could hear whoever the hell else was on that same line. But when I was talking, she could hear who was supposed to be talking when I was talking. So there were two people on the same line from two different calls.
Well, yeah, well that was normal. That was just like squirrels would get into the fucking like your telephone lines and shit, and like it would short it out, and you'd end up like with mixed conversations every once in a while, or
Yeah.
if it was being bounced on a satellite, you know what I mean, fucking for like a long distance call, like not yours but theirs was, it would end up being confused by the computers, get put into other people's shit because of how like low the technology was back then. That was
Right.
normal. I mean like no, like the FBI raided my house when I was a kid. Right.
Oh,
Because like we were running guns and shit out of fucking the Virginias and whatnot, you know, like fucking we were different types of animals. So like we understood completely like the power that the cops had to surveil you. Like there was something that was just understood. You knew
yeah.
the deal. Like, and not only that, but like in your local neighborhoods where we lived at, like every time you cross over a town or a borough in my neck of the woods, you go into a different police force. And some of them ended up taking a major tumble when the steel mills fell down. So they didn't have any funding. So the cops became like cowboys. And when the cops became cowboys and like the police supported them, or like the local like people would support the police, you know what I mean? Because like fucking like there was a lot of crime and shit. The cops, like if you got caught with like drugs or something in that neck of the woods, the cops would beat your ass and just take your fucking drugs.
Well,
Right. So like we had a very, very good understanding of your government isn't there to help you. Like that was just a normal thing for us. You know, it was that was a very well understood, established thing long, long ago. And this is where I don't understand Doc's mentality of like, I have nobody who I know fucking has any idea that that's no one thinks that that's a good thing where I am. Like no one supports the government or thinks that they have our best interest in mind ever. Like ever,
Yeah.
ever.
well,
Yeah, it would be weird to
that's
think.
that's the thing. And by the way, good morning, Assault Lick. If you get to the lower tier neighborhoods, that's the only way that I can describe it. There was inbuilt distrust. When you get to middle or higher income, they're more than willing. And until the past decade, most of the United States did not live below or at the poverty line. So yeah, the worm is kind of turning, but that shit has already been ingrained from the middle class to the upper class. So that's learned behavior that it's going to take a long time for people to shrug off.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. Like, I come from the Rust Belt. I think you do too. Like
yeah,
fucking
I do.
like almost everybody for the past 30 years has been lower middle class because like they were pushed back down there after the mills all closed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well,
like they're like that, and then on top of that, like the majority of my area is either Italian, Puerto Rican, black, or fucking Pennsylvania Dutch.
Steel
And
mill
none
workers.
of them, yeah, none of them are fucking trustworthy of the government. Nope, none of us do. Like, there isn't a one of them. Like, yeah, like, so I don't really understand like what you're saying, because that doesn't apply anywhere in my area, even in the middle
Well,
class areas.
well, no,
No one
that's
liked the police.
well, no, that comes from observational living, because I spent my formative years in the projects, and then uh, my dad one day saw the condition that me and my siblings and my mom were living in. He's like, I got to get you the fuck out of here. And so we transferred later in my youth to a suburb, and they were completely different trains of thought. And like when I was kind of in the distribution business, if you know what I mean, I would never talk on a cordless phone, because that's something that would be easy for them to tap into. It's like,
Now the government can't do shit.
well, yeah, the Obama did different, man. Everything. They had the ability to wiretap anybody without a warrant.
Well, fuck Buck Obama, dude. They were doing that just in general, just as like local cop would do that shit to you.
Yeah,
they
well,
This is like the 90s and shit.
Yeah, they fucking the Obama administration wiretapped everything.
yeah, but
So did Bush.
Yeah.
yeah, but the whole big and Assault Lake brought up the Patriot Act. Once everything kind of went to shit and we found a new villain. How many people do you know of that were against the Patriot Act being passed? Most everybody that I knew were like, hey, that's a good idea. We need this to happen. We need to be protected. It passed. What was it? There was like one dissenting vote.
What?
For the Patriot Act?
No. Everybody I knew, we were all screaming, no!
Yes.
Yo, because I'll tell you what, when the Patriot Act got passed in my state, that same year, we threw out 65% of all sitting fucking senators and fucking congressmen locally in my state. We actually had a fucking a campaign to throw the bums out. That was bumper stickers all over the state.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. This has almost been 2 decades ago. So the worm is turning, but you have to think that those people who were raised up in that era, and myself included, were trained or educated to believe, not only through the school systems, but through the body politic itself, that, the government's there to help us. The government's there to fish us out. Now, a lot of people who were at the poverty line or below the poverty line got to nod as far as taking a party line by saying, okay, well, the government's taking care of us. It's given us it's given us the welfare checks. It's given us the food stamps, all that shit. They were trying to buy loyalty at that point. But now things are starting to turn, but you can't take away that ingrained education that came before that time.
No, I honestly don't think that's a thing. I really don't think that people actually feel that way. And I mean, I really don't. The only people who think that the government's there to help them are fucking females. That is the only people in our whole society that thinks that.
Yeah, I get, and I'll have to disagree, because it's not the same thing, as 2 cars in every garage and a chicken in every pot. That's not what I'm saying. It's basically how they say, okay, the government is looking out for you, and by and large, I grew up like. Okay, the first president I had the availability to vote for was Reagan. And because I sure as fuck didn't want Carter back in. But you have to think of the mentality that was around that time. I mean,
yeah, Reagan ran on that platform of, fucking the scariest words in the English language is "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
Yeah.
yeah, but there were still a lot of governmental institutional programming that kept going on from Mr. Johnson, because he passed most of those bullshit legislative acts.
The Great Society acts and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I get what you're saying, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that, like, honestly, the only reason why they're able to pass all this fucking bullshit is because, like, they try to fucking, they want to give you security over freedom, right? Like, that's their mentality and shit. So when they stand here and do this, like, they're not running towards us dudes. You know what I mean? Because we don't need the security. Like, we already have firearms. We have the ability to defend ourselves, that type of shit. You know what I mean? Right. So, fucking, it's not dudes who they're fucking aiming at. This is the problem. Bless you. The problem is it's the fucking females are voting. That's really what this is. This has absolutely nothing to do with, like, most of us. You know what I mean? Like, most of us would never vote for any of these fucking actions. Like, why would you get, like, we're going to catch terrorists, so we're going to fucking surveil everybody. That's the dumbest shit ever. Like, as a dude, you would go, why don't you just keep these motherfuckers out of the country, or fucking scan them better coming the fuck in? You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck would you let the motherfuckers in?
Well, I was kind of okay with the Patriot Act, and you got to think this is in this is still in the burgeoning era of the World Wide Web. Until I finally got a hold of the document and got to read it online. And I'm like, wait a minute. The newspapers didn't report this. Because...
Yeah, see, I was watching InfoWars at that point.
Yeah, same here.
What, 2001? I don't think I'd even been introduced to it.
Yeah, that's why I said Bill Hicks is...
Alex Jones, yeah, like, dude, like, yeah, that's, like, we were all fucking already on that conspiracy theory shit at that point. Like, I was listening to Cannabis and fucking, like, yeah, nah, like, dude, we were, and Minister Farrakhan and shit. Like, nah, there was no way I never met anybody who supported the Patriot Act, ever.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I've been in suburban office environments, and none of them supported the Patriot.
Oh, no. I was around people, I guess it's just because they were shocked and scared into it.
Nah, like, everybody I knew, and, like, even like the middle class, rich white people who I knew, right? Like, and I knew a fuck ton of them because I worked with them, on the jobs. Them guys, like, the moment that dip happened, they just loaded up their firearms and sat in the porch.
Yep.
Now, I can't say that there wasn't a lot of people around me who were just like, oh yes, the government's going to protect us. They're doing this. And it's like, I just read this online. Did you know that they can re-up this without any warning? What?
I said you're cutting in and out.
Oh, I was saying that they could re-up the Patriot Act without any type of other legislative action than they just wanted to.
Yep.
That's where I went, hey, I don't like this.
Yeah, welcome to the suck.
Yeah, I mean, that was when I got to the point where I'm like, okay, this is not in my best interest.
Well, all right, you gotta remember something. All right, so, like, check this out. You know how big of a state Texas is, right? And, like, how much population?
Yeah.
They have 750,000 hunters in Texas. Okay. I live in Pennsylvania. a state that is a quarter of the size of Texas. We have 715,000 hunters. It's a whole different thing here, dude. Like none of us wanted that shit. We are independent type of people. We don't do that shit. We don't play that shit. That's not something that we're interested in having happen to us. Like that was never something that ever any of us ever were like, yeah, let's pass this. It sounded awful to all of us. Like I don't know, man. Like maybe you're around a different breed of people. I don't know. But among us, like us, like the rednecks, even the hood motherfuckers, everybody I knew, suburban white people, no one wanted the Patriot Act.
Well, yeah, dude. I'm upper middle class. I was pretty much raised upper middle class, fucking suburban. So, I even I was just like, no, thank you. I mean, shit.
None of us, I didn't even support Bush, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
just because
I hated fucking Bush, dude. I went to concerts and they were fucking throwing up signs with Bush equated to a Nazi, and I'm just like, yeah, I fucking get it, man. Fuck Bush. And then Obama came along and did the same exact shit, so I jumped on that same fucking bandwagon. Obama's a fucking Nazi.
Yep. He was we were standing here looking at Obama like he was a fascist. You know what I mean? I thought Obama was worse than fucking Bush was as far as that shit was concerned.
Yep.
I liked Obama a little more just because, he didn't sound like some fucking spoiled hillbilly from Texas.
Obama wanted to prosecute whistleblowers.
Obama stood here and fucking took 2 wars and turned them into 7.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I'll never forget that. And I signed up to fight for those fucking wars.
Obama dropped so many bombs on fucking Libya that we ran out of bombs.
Yes. Jesus Christ. Well, at least Lockheed Martin got some fucking work. Jesus.
Yo, not joking. We ran out of fucking bombs. I don't even know how you run it. He set the Middle East on fire.
I know.
Yo, come on, man.
This fucking everything.
People have no idea how bad Obama was. His last act leaving the White House was to bail out of real estate.
Yep. I remember that.
See, I judge people by what they do. I'm like, yo, that was bad.
Well, and he's in my time, he's one of the guys who fucking just completely circumvented what we had established as okay. Here are the 3 branches, and he's like, yeah, fuck that. I don't, if the Congress isn't agreeing with me, here's an executive order. And it's like,
so
you mean
fuck?
Like Bush? Huh?
You mean like Bush did?
Like they all did. It got to the point where it was just like, okay, I don't agree with that, so here's an executive order. And it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
You mean like Bush did? He just continued what Bush started. He was hard. These fucking presidents were hard.
Well, Clinton was warming shit up too.
Oh, Clinton was a bag. Get nothing missing. He was a bag for a different reason, though. He wasn't a bag because he was blowing up like poor people. He was a bag because he literally sold our country down to.
Well, yeah, he sold
Good morning, Japan.
He sold heavy water secrets to the fucking Chinese.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that I don't really care about. That I don't really give a shit about.
I do give a shit about that. Heavy water is for the fucking. It's for enriching uranium and shit.
Yeah, it's used to make nuclear capacity to make more.
I'll sell you some. Yo, look here, man. I will sell you 18 buckets of water right now, nigga. We can get it done. You know what I mean? It comes right out the faucet. It's easy.
Yeah, but that ain't the heavy kind of water.
That ain't the heavy kind of water, my dude. We're talking deuterium.
I could put some. Yeah, I could put some rocks in that bitch and make that shit heavy.
I'm trying to drink my water, you asshole.
Yo. Nah, Clinton pisses me off because like he took my jobs. That's my problem. Is Clinton took the fucking jobs away from my neighborhoods, and that's why I fucking hate the goddamn Clinton. And fuck the bullshit. I don't give a fuck about none of the rest of the bullshit. I don't care about fucking Bosnia or Sarajevo, any of that shit, man. I give a fuck about the fact he sold fucking jobs to the rest of the fucking world and did it with a smile on his face. Fuck him.
Tom, you can fuck him if you want. He's just not my type.
I'm gonna put it right in his asshole, right in his royal wrinkled fucking ass.
I thought he died.
No, that was George Bush Sr.
I mean, hell grows by the numbers daily.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another piece of shit fucking president.
Hello, Halliburton.
Yo, it's weird. Like I've been watching these economists, right? And like,
Hold on,
fucking-
full stop. I am not now suicidal. I know nothing about Hillary Clinton. She is a nice lady.
I don't want to kill myself. I'm happy with my life. I'm not miserable. You know what I'm saying?
I'm having a good day. Let's just say that. Or I'm having a good day.
I do not own 2 guns that I could shoot myself in the back of the head with.
Thank God there's no guns in this house.
Hillary Clinton is stunning and brave.
There are no guns in this house.
I have guns in my house, but there's no way I'm lining up a shotgun in the back of my head. All right? And I don't want to fall on a baseball bat.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Pretty sure.
For sure.
I always steal the line from Mystery Men, where I heard your dad committed suicide. Yeah, he fell down an elevator shaft onto a bunch of bullets.
They just had those bitches lined up.
Yeah, there's always bad shit. And I'm it's hope against hope that there are good people out there who are hopefully going to keep the bad people in check, but that's not a granted anymore.
I know. I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying my best to be that kind of person.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to take this bitch the fuck over. All right. And add to the bad people in charge. It is what it is. My first order, all right, is that all weebs are trebucheted into the Pacific. My second order is all hipsters get trebucheted into the Pacific, and I'm burning all fucking horror movies because I'm tired of hearing white people talking about night.
Why do you take the horror movies from me?
Because I'm fucking tired of hearing people talk about them. All right, y'all want to talk about them? I want to see the longing in your face when you.
No. I'm not talking about that shit trash that's on TV during this time of the month. I'm talking about the good shit, man.
I don't care. They're all getting burned. Everything bad is going to happen to everybody. I'm pissing everybody off. Everybody's catching all the heat. All right, we're going back to an agrarian society. Nigga, you're going to have to grow your own Big Macs. All right, plant you a Big Mac tree.
No.
Well, now since they brought back the vegan burger at Burger King again, it's like we knew what that shit was when you guys tried to feed it to us the first time.
Right. Stop trying to bullshit us.
They're going wokey. Yo, Burger King's been going more and more wokety woke. Remember they had like the cheaper McNuggets for females.
Oh
No.
yeah. Yup.
I don't remember that.
Oh yep.
They had the McChick. They had it was no, it was Burger King.
Excuse me, no, that's Burger King. What was it? It was like fuck. What was it called? I
I
know
don't remember. Well, I
French
know it
fries
came in
or
a
some
pink
shit
thing.
like that.
Yeah, it came in a pot. It came in a box and pink box.
Yep.
And
The
they
Mc-
charged less for it being pink, right? So that the men could help support the females and shit on some nonsense to bring attention to the gender pay gap.
What?
Yep.
Yup.
I'm glad I missed that then.
And on top of that, they had a commercial where like fucking they were talking about the problems of white supremacy and all this bullshit. Burger
Oh,
King
Pino, do you watch Teal Deer?
sometimes.
I like Teal Deer. He's one of the fucking people I'm sad I never met. He's very elusive.
Yeah, I actually got to talk to Ninja from fucking Sous Vide Everything and Google Foods fucking the other day, which was pretty cool. Like they got like 1,015,000 subscribers.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I told him that fucking because he was fucking on his video. He had his dog sitting at a high chair at the table, and I said people who let their dogs eat at the table should be trebuchet.
So he decided to talk to you after you said that?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Because he's Cuban, and Cuban people are like me. They understand what funny.
That's
He said,
fucking...
"Damn!" He said, "Damn, man, what the fuck?" Yo. So I got to, yeah, man, it's pretty cool. Fucking like, man, listen. See, sometimes just being a real nigga gets you some places. You know what I mean? Sucking motherfuckers cock will not.
Nope.
That's how I got to know Sophane. You know what I'm saying? Is because I stood there and called him a fucking fag and said that he dresses like a 17-year-old fucking boy from 1975.
Oh, I'd say 82.
82.
Yeah, I wanted to go with 89, but like my brain said 72 for.
Oh yeah, I knew guys who dressed like that.
I made up memes of him fucking as the Breakfast Club and on Twilight.
Yeah, he's a little bit ridiculous, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I've met him a few times. He's always been cordial, but at the same time, he's just kind of just.
I also mixed it up with Undoomed and Suit.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Suit in a minute. How's he doing?
Yeah, man, he doesn't like me because I made fun of a single mom and told her to keep her legs closed.
Jesus.
He's like, "How are you going to tell a single mom to keep their legs closed?" And I was like, "Because it's funny. That's why, motherfucker. Like, yo, quit your whining. You spend your whole life fucking making fun of people on YouTube. If you got a problem with me standing here fucking telling this female that if she didn't want to have a water-headed kid, maybe she shouldn't have fucked her brother."
Oh, God. That's pretty fucking rough, dude.
I don't care. And then she blocked me. So I was like, it's not my fault she got a mongoloid. Like, fucking, like, yo.
Fucking. Wow, man.
And I got brigaded so hard on Twitter, I ended up trending.
I bet.
But it was amazing. I was so proud of myself. I broke all of the right-wing cucks. It was fucking.
Wow, dude. That's
how did I get all the conservatives to come out in support of a single mom?
I mean, we do have to pay our strippers sometimes.
Yo, no, I'm saying though, like, yo, how is it that they all came out in support of a single mom? You're supposed to be right wing. Come on, get your shit. Right. Oh, what else did I say? Oh, I said fucking because like it was. I said first. I said keep your legs closed. Maybe you wouldn't be a single mom because like she was trying to get like a free car or whatever. Right. She's like, I need a free car. I'm a single mom. So I was like, well, maybe if you kept your legs closed, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't be a single mom. Right. And she's like, right. And then she's like, my kid has autism. I was like, he probably doesn't have autism. You probably got Munchausen syndrome and you're using using him for attention for yourself. Right. Yo, and then, you know what I mean, she started reading out and shit, and fucking, she's like, how dare you make fun of somebody with autism? And Undoomed stepped in and, like, I protect my friends. And I was like, you can protect your friends all you want to. It's not my fault She stood here and fucked her brother. You know what I mean? Right? And then like everybody read out and came at me, and I just sat and enjoyed it. And I said, I feel like a black dude down south who looked at a white woman the wrong way.
Yeah,
And did you look at her the wrong way?
I didn't look at her in any way.
sounds
Yo,
like
no.
you did.
No, I didn't look at her. I think I wouldn't fuck that bitch with your dick, all right? She got like a fucking shaved side of her head and shit, and like that weird ass fucking I don't even know what the like Toxic Avengers do. I don't even know. She has like that fucking like little piece of hair in the top of her head and shit. Fuck that. I think I ain't banging that broad, covered in tattoos. She probably got hepatitis. I don't trust nobody with that many fucking tattoos. Fuck that shit. I don't bang bitches with mad tattoos.
Who hurt you?
Yo, why would you bang a broad with mad tattoos? Like, nigga, that's like banging a biker dude. You know you're gonna end up with the clap. You know what I'm?
I actually got the clap from somebody who doesn't have tattoos. Thank you very much.
I actually never got the clap. So
I've been through some shit, man.
I only ever got
I've been
crabs.
burned, but I ain't never had to clap. You know.
I only ever ended up with crabs a couple times.
Nah, I caught it early. It was,
Yeah, me too. Me too. I had to pour bleach down my butthole to get rid of it. It was.
It sounds like fun.
It was awful. You ever bleach your butthole? No, bro. Nobody should bleach your butthole unless your name is Michael Jackson or like goddamn Pamela.
I don't want to think about bleaching my butthole. Thank you.
It's horrible. Don't do it. All right. Like yo, bleach and buttholes do not mix. They're not fucking friends. It's kind
Where's
of like
Gaming and yelling. He'll know something about that.
yo. It's kind of like me and single mothers. We don't mix. You know what I mean? Like we don't. They'd be like, I want attention. I'll be like, well, I'm funnier than you, so that's probably not going to happen.
It's like me and women. I'm repellent now.
I'm not repellent to women. I'm just better than them, and they don't like that.
Oh, no. After I think I'm done with women. I think I am all done with women.
Yeah, you're full of shit. You'll be wanting pussy in like 2. To be a fact, you want pussy right now. You just don't want to deal with the headache that comes.
There's always a headache attached to pussy. Always.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Like my baby's mom's was like, you know, if I had fucking the opportunity to go to college and do all types of shit, I'd be making more money than you. And I was like, no, you wouldn't, bitch. She said, why not? I said, because you're not as smart as me. She's like, I fucking hate you. I'm like, yeah, I know. This ain't just rapping, nigga. I do this shit in real life.
I'm good. I'm just gonna be over here. Cause yeah.
You alright, Doc?
Yeah. It's like 5:00, so I'm supposed to get up early tomorrow. So I guess I'm gonna call this. Let's let me get to the proper place here. Let's see. Okay. So we might have a little bit of an after stream going on, but yeah, as far as it goes, yeah, this is gonna be a quick show. So let's go ahead and kick that. Wait a minute. Why the fuck isn't that showing up? There it is. There we go. Okay. Pinoy, do you want to go first or last?
Yeah, I might as well, man. Look here, yo. I got a show at 9:00 tonight. You know what I mean? It's gonna be kind of nerdy, so y'all females can just, you know what I mean, probably avoid that. You know what I mean? I know that anything that, you know what I mean, has to do with numbers or intelligence or anything that matters is kind of repellent to you. So, you know, I mean, you can probably avoid that stream. But everybody else, you know, I mean, if you have a penis and balls, you might want to listen because it kind of matters about how bad that the government's gonna fuck you the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, come give my channel a look, Pinoy News. You know the situation. You know where I'm at. I'm on YouTube and shit. Holla at me.
Wait, what? And what time did you say it was?
9 o'clock. 9
Okay.
p.m.
Well, see, Pinoy, that works out for you because the women should be in the kitchen washing the dinner dishes.
Yes.
Man, you know they're not. You know what they're going to be doing? They're going to be on Tinder swiping right. Fucking every dude with tattoos who looks like they have a criminal history.
Flicking their bean on their boyfriend's computer.
Yeah. Playing with themselves, fucking themselves with the carrots out of the refrigerator and shit.
And that's another reason why I don't eat my vegetables.
I don't eat carrots. You know, but that's mostly just because carrots are fucking disgusting.
Oh, fuck off! Carrots are fucking amazing.
I would say
They're awful.
I would say when I had teeth,
I'm gonna go grab carrots right now.
I was okay with raw carrots. Cooked carrots are always
carrots
horrible.
Right now.
Cooked carrots I can deal with. Raw carrots, I hate anything I have to chew and turns to sand in my mouth. It's fucking disgusting.
I gotta disagree with you on that. Okay, Chris, did you have anything?
Yeah, man, he wants you to go check out Pinoid News on YouTube.
That's what I would say.
If he wasn't trapped playing with dinosaurs.
No, go subscribe to Nightmind. It's this time of the year. Go check out his series.
He's got some great series on ARG games. That's the shit that I like watching that he does. And
he wants you to go check out Sam Cedar too on YouTube.
And go buy carrots because carrots are fucking amazing.
Shut up, you fucking rat!
They're fucking good.
I didn't climb to the top of the food chain to eat lettuce.
Yeah, I'm not much of a rabbit food guy myself, but I used to like that. That snack. If I was going for like kind of the veggie snack, I'd either go with carrots and ranch or blue cheese or celery with peanut butter.
Pinoid, you need to understand something here. I am so dominant that I not only eat my food, I eat my food's food.
Yo, not only do I eat my food, I eat my food's food, and then I eat the food that feeds that food.
I don't eat insects. No, fuck all that.
Okay.
Yo, and then on top of that, I'll eat you. Yo.
So yeah,
I will do that.
And,
I have considered cannibalism.
And by the way, if you guys are bored, here's the link to go to that Red Letter Media about varmint exploding. There you go.
And Chris wants you to go check out the Young Turks too, by the way.
Oh yeah, fucking right. Back when they were good.
They were never really good.
Actually, Occupy Wall Street.
No,
they were pretty good in the beginning, and then they just fucking lost their minds right there. That's
no,
what
they were garbage. They were garbage in the beginning, dude. They were always garbage.
Chunk yogurt.
Yeah, I was protesting with Occupy Wall Street because I was part of the original Tea Party with Ron Paul, right?
I mean, me too.
Yeah, I actually went to the one in DC and shit, right? But like, yeah, fuck that. You know what I mean? And by the way, Chris wants you to go check out Susan Wojcicki's fucking YouTube page.
Does she have a YouTube page?
I don't. What? No, just follow me on Discord and just chill with me in Discord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking, if you don't know where to find me on Discord, that's tough shit.
Okay, so yeah, by the way, if you guys got the chance, if you're bored, stop by the new room that just got opened up called the Midnight Watch. It's seasonally appropriate because it's got a whole bunch of really good, well, I can't say all of them, but some good creepypastas in there. So check those out if you need something to stick in your ear holes. And okay, I guess let's get my shill stuff out of the way. We did a couple of no context tweets, and that's what the first link down there in the descriptor is for you guys to check out the no context tweets. You don't have to follow, you don't have to like, whatever. But that's the easiest, quickest way to get to the no context tweets because I've been shadow banned on their Twitters and of course on the YouTubes. But that said, we congratulate Evil Dead Ed for day 3 as the intergender champion. He's got day 3 under his belt, and if you guys ever want to get involved with the intergender championship, the Streamlabs link is there. And those who contribute on the Patreon, that's where my booze money comes from. So you're not a patron, not in my eyes. You're an enabler, and I thank you for that. Let me see. I have to make sure if I'm going to get away with if Gulf City Outlaw is not listening. Fuck it. I'll go ahead and do the pro style. Hold on. Okay. If you're looking for the finest in bootleg medical merchandise, look no farther than Doc Griffin's Tea Public Store. That's right, Doc Griffin's Tea Public Store. Now featuring brand new Insomnia Rainbow Stream merchandise. So stop by Doc Griffin's Tea Public Store and buy something. Damn it. And of course, she didn't get a chance to make the show, but we're still listing Kadun's Twitter and YouTube down there. So if you like her, go follow her, go sub to her, and not like follow her in real life. That's a conversation we really don't want to get into. So that leaves me to thank those who appeared on the stream this evening. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Vashland Set. Thank you, Gaming and Yelling. And thank you, Penoid News. Of course, the show is... that's only 50% of the show. The other 50% happens in the chat. And we appreciate you guys stopping by and taking a like, taking a listen, and enjoying what you're hearing. Who knows? If you got a good take, hopefully we'll get you into the Discord, get you on the show, and we can make you monkey ass famous at the chaotic crossroads of the overnight internet. So, for my magical, mystical, malevolent, maleficent, MIA co-host Kadant, and of course myself, Doc Griffin, thanks everybody for stopping out this evening, and if you would please just do me one simple favor, leave the money on the dresser. Bye.